It's now time for the Salem Tiger Sports pregame show on KSMO Radio 95.7 and online at ksmoradio.com, featuring Tiger Talk with Coach Barnes and Stan Stevens. Tiger Talk comes up next in just a moment.
Made for agriculture, we are MFA.
Winter chores will be easier when you take advantage of MFA's October sale. Make feeding a snap with a Feed Train UTV feeder. MFA has special prices on bulk feed bins, too. And there is a way to save money on hay, waste less of it. So check out the MFA Hay Saver Bale Ring. Feed your cows, not the mud. Stop in and get ready for winter. Sale runs through October 15th.
Welcome to Tiger Talk. Stan Stevens, Coach Bryson Barnes, coach of Salem Tigers, went down to Willow Springs. Really thought it was a good matchup between these two teams. The Willow Springs Bears offense, boy, they proved to be very, very unpredictable and had a lot of big plays against the Salem Tigers. Those explosive plays, Coach, which I know you hate to give up.
Yeah, no, exactly. When I look at the stat sheet, we talked about that game we met Sunday, and a lot of those explosion plays really killed us. It was something, a short play or just a simple run, one bad angle, one missed tackle, couldn't shut the block quick enough. Those type of things really played a part, and that scored that outcome early on. And then it kind of improved as the game went on there in the second half, but just early dug ourselves a hole and couldn't climb out of it.
And you got to give Willow Springs credit. I mean, they tried a lot of different things. They were able to get the big runs. Their quarterback, Rothermick, was able to distribute the ball well and was able to hit different guys with pass patterns, even just those little outs to the wide receivers. But those little outs, Coach, ended up being two huge big plays on that one missed tackle. And the next thing you know, these guys, who are very fast, by the way, and are seniors, would take off down the sideline, and they were gone before you knew it. The next thing you know, they're racking up another 6 points.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, again, they kind of wait for long, and I thought, at least from a secondary standpoint, definitely, I think for the most part, secondary has been decent this year. But I think that they definitely just they played really well. Willow did so.
And when you take a look at the distribution of Rothermick with the Ferguson boy, he had a really good game for them. I thought he was a very, very solid runner for them. But the Tigers seemed to be able to keep him under control, at least initially. And then finally he broke loose late in that first half with two big runs. And, of course, a turnover in there as well, Coach. We've talked about it before, those points off turnovers. Boy, that's just something that has been hampering Salem all year long.
Yeah, their linemen really got to the second level very quickly, and we had some turnover early on, just simple fumble on exchange that we had worked all week with our running back, quarterback, and it's just the small things that just cannot show themselves in a game, and so you have to eliminate those turnovers, and you cannot give them any extra opportunities with the ball, no question.
And you also had, I know, Caden Du Bois trying to throw the ball away one time, and it ends up being an interception. And those things are going to happen, Coach. But, well, when you're trying to get something going and you just turn the ball right back over after getting some pressure, and then you watch the other team virtually walk down the field in 3 plays and score, it is demoralizing. And I know it's tough on the kids. But one of the things that I noticed about the Salem Tigers, though, is it seemed like we bounced right back, especially late in that second quarter, right after we gave up a touchdown off a turnover. And that's exactly what you have to do.
Yeah, no, exactly. I thought, I can't tell you the last time, at least since I've been here. I know we had a kickoff return called back last year with a penalty. So I think it's been a few years since we've had a kickoff return for a touchdown. So that was cool to see special teams execute. Really, it was really well blocked. I watched the film. The whole right side was getting movement. Even backside, Toby Gover was getting a pancake block out there. So everyone did their job. Wyatt got to the corner and brought it back to the house. So that was a really good response. And we say it every time before we break, give them a chance. Hat for a hat. Do your job, get your block, and give them a shot. So it was really cool to see that, and then how offense executed later on in the game.
And when you watch Campbell coming down that sideline, we're on the other side of the field and watching the game, Coach, and it looked like that he was going to get pushed out of bounds 2 or 3 different times, and he came into a cluster of players. The next thing you know, he's the only one that emerges. And you know that, like you say, you look at that as a catapult to come back in this game. You're down 28-0. All of a sudden, wait a minute, we can get right back into this contest. We just got a touchdown, and you're hoping that changes the momentum of that game totally.
Yeah, I mean Wyatt, he's a great athlete. He gets the edge and he's gone. And so it was cool again to see that and kind of him sneak through, the hole that he had there, but. Yeah, I mean that's what you want. Get a morale booster, get momentum kind of going back in our favor again, and ultimately got the touchdown that Wyatt went in for Caden, quarterback there in the second quarter, and threw a touchdown to Jamal. So definitely some positives. Just again too many negatives early on, and it's just tough for any team to come out of the hole like that quickly.
And let's talk a little bit about that second touchdown the Tigers got late in the second quarter, because they had just scored Willow Springs with 1:19 left. A lot of teams would have gone out there, got the kickoff and taken a knee, go to halftime. So let's try and figure this all out, guys. Instead, the Tigers came out and attacked Willow Springs, and you get down inside 10 seconds, and you're able to score that touchdown with 7.2 seconds in the half. And Coach, those kind of touchdowns, that's what Salem has unfortunately given up a couple times this year, that last second touchdown in a half. You just got one against Willow Springs, and that gets the wheels rolling in the head. Hey, we can come back in this game.
Yeah, for us, we kind of look at situation and time. If there's really anything less than 20 seconds, we got to kind of factor in field position. Do you really want to be, go for it, try to get something punched in the last second or not? But with over a minute and the field position we had, we knew it was a no-brainer. We're going to try to go score points. And obviously we needed to. So it was good to see them execute, move down the field. And then Wyatt steps in there for Caden, delivers the slant. And again, that's what you want, that momentum going into halftime. So it definitely helps for sure.
And then that second half, obviously Willow gets the touchdown, the 35-point threshold gets met, and the clock starts running. But then all of a sudden the Tigers come back, and they get a nice touchdown very quickly. Nice run by Josh Owen, 42 runs. Coach, that's probably the best run I've seen him make all year long.
Sealed for Josh, some of our outside runs, and it was really cool for him as a senior to get 2 touchdown scores. Then Ruben Hovey to go in there as well, our backup running back, sophomore. He's done really well at linebacker this year for us, for him to come in there as well, get the edge, and make plays. I mean, it was really fun to watch. And that's how you got to do it right there. That's how you execute.
And that last one by Hovey, you call a timeout, and I'm sure people at home like, Coach, just let it in, but you had an opportunity to get some points on the board and get some confidence in these players. And when I see that, I'm saying, okay, why not take a shot at it? We're not going to win this game, but we can sure give some of these kids that chance of saying, yeah, we scored that last play of the game. That was great, wasn't it?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I mean, look, at that point, right, we're trying to get as much experience as we can. We're still always fighting for a win, right? So, like you said, I have not won the game, but we're still fighting to get points and score. And so, we took time out there with 6 seconds left, and we liked to look. We had been blocking it well, and we got him on that design run outside, and he made a play, got the edge, and was gone. So that was definitely cool to see that with that much time left, kind of that walk-off score. So definitely proud of how we finished the game.
And getting that angle that Hovey got, and he really was digging that turf up, Coach, and it was like right in front of us, and we were able to see it. Those cleats were really tearing into that turf. He wanted that touchdown, and that's what you want to see out of your running back. He could smell it, and he went for it, and I'll tell you what, nobody was going to deny him of that touchdown. Yeah,
exactly. No, he was rolling, and so that was fun to see, and we're excited for both of them to continue to get carries, and just O-line continue to improve and try to give them lane. So we're excited.
We'll talk about Cash Howard coming in quarterback, Coach. I know that he's not really on your depth chart as being one of the top 3 that are going to come in, but I thought Cash came in and did an excellent job for you.
Oh, yeah. So we had Caden get out early, kind of banged up, put Wyatt in, and we had, Wyatt got removed from the game, so Cash's opportunity came, and I thought he was in control, confident, and that's one thing to relax, to play football, and he was able to deliver some great throws on the 2-point especially. I mean, right where you want it, the big one downfield, and then just on the running game, just doing what he was coached and told to do. So, it was really impressive, and we were proud of him.
When we come back, we'll talk about tonight's game against the Mountain Grove Panthers, and we return on Tiger Talk.
Being there, every minute, year after year. As your Touchstone Energy Cooperative, it's not just our way of doing business, it's our way of life. providing the energy our community relies on every day. And as a Touchstone Energy Cooperative member, that means value that goes far beyond the energy we provide. It's value you can't really put a price on.
Visit membersfirst.coop today. A message from Missouri's Touchstone Energy Cooperatives.
No matter how long you've been driving, whether you are freshly licensed chasing freedom, congrats, or a seasoned pro cruising through, no matter where you are going, off to work or off to play, remember, speed is a major factor in traffic crashes. So please, slow down. Driving the appropriate speed means you have control of your vehicle, you can stop in time, and you are safer. Be part of the movement. Help us end traffic deaths. Brought to you by Show Me Zero.
Now back to more of Tiger Talk on KSMO.
Welcome back to Tiger Talk. Stan Stevens, Coach Bryson Barnes, Coach of Salem Tigers will go down to Mountain Grove, take on the Panthers. It's always been a real good rivalry between Salem and Mountain Grove, and I don't care what sport it is, basketball, baseball, football. These two teams just don't like each other.
Yeah, Grove, in my time here, both years, really hard, competitive, close games. So, obviously see that across all other sports. Yeah, they're always a great opponent, very aggressive, physical, tough, and we're really excited for the matchup. And like you said, it's just a good game. It's always been a good game, so we're looking forward to it. What can we expect to see from Mountain Grove in this game, Coach? Mountain Grove. So Tyson Elliott, the quarterback. I think he's one of the best in the conference. Really good, consistent, smart, great arm. Great decision making. Really this year too, kind of more of a tough physical runner. He's going to be really good on offense. They want to try to throw it. They got really good receivers out wide, but also kind of a power run game underneath the line of scrimmage. He'll be playing somewhere on Saturday. So really good offense defensively. 4-2 look, 5 front occasionally for some more powerful sets. Not afraid to be aggressive, and they're going to be a good opponent. And excited to see, some of our guys stepping up to fill some injuries. What they do with the opportunity. And that always is the case in any football season. Injuries do pop up, and when they do, it gives that opportunity for some of these younger guys to come up. But with already a very young team, Coach, you may actually be dipping into that second level of youngsters that you have there. And any experience that these kids can get really pays off in the long run. Yeah. So we got some players making their first varsity starts tomorrow, and we got some freshmen that are the number 2s right now. So they're I know it kind of gets a little bit of motivation to keep working hard in practice and hopefully apply that to the game. All right, Coach, the best of luck down at Mountain Grove against the Panthers. Good luck, Coach. Thanks, Dave. Stay tuned. Tiger football, it is next.
Thanks for joining us for the Salem Tiger pregame show with Tiger Talk featuring Coach Barnes and Stan Stevens. Stay tuned. Tiger Sports comes your way next on KSMO Radio 95.7 and online at ksmoradio.com.
Every project is different, which is why Salem Truss uses modern engineering software to design, then construct quality trusses for your home, barn, or business. The size of the job doesn't matter, but the quality of the work does, which is why Salem Truss will deliver their trusses anywhere. Proud to support the Salem community, they're open Monday through Thursday from 7:30 to 4:30 and Friday from 7:30 until 11. For more information, call Salem Truss at 729-9276.
Southwest Baptist University campus in Salem provides quality higher education close to home for residents of Dent County and the surrounding areas. The classes at SBU Salem campus are taught in the afternoon and evenings, making a degree attainable for people who are in the workforce or can't afford to go off to get a degree. We offer degrees in nursing, which is an RN Bridge program, elementary education. For more information on the degrees and programs, please contact admissions counselor Chris Welch to schedule an appointment as a prospective or returning student.
Southtown Furniture. Southtown, where the bargains are. We've got everything from furniture to appliances. Quality floor covering. We won't be undersold, you'll see. To you, that is our guarantee. Southtown Furniture, where the bargains are.
your legacy. Protect it, prosper, and pass it on. Stephen Patterson, attorney at law, specializes in real estate planning, probate, family law, and business law. A Salem native, Stephen Patterson provides comprehensive representation to clients throughout southern Missouri. If you need assistance, contact Stephen Patterson, attorney at law, at 573-453-2529.
Welcome to this KSMO media broadcast of Salem Tiger Football. Today's game is being brought to you by K&H Auto Supply, Salem Memorial District Hospital, Farm Bureau Insurance, Bank of Salem, Napa Auto Parts, Monet Auto Supply, Progressive Ozark Bank, Tax Masters, Southwest Baptist University, Salem Campus, Town and Country Insurance, Tarot Complete Auto Care, Edward Jones, Duncan Family Chiropractic, Ozark Overhead Door LLC, State Farm Insurance, Salem Trust, Southtown Furniture, Stephen Patterson, attorney at law, Living the Dream Outdoor Properties, Wilson Mortuary, Country Chic Boutique and Photography, J&D Automotive, Dent County Veterinary Clinic, Aligned by Design Chiropractic, Hometown Mechanical, Town Screen LLC. And now, get ready for Salem Tiger Football right here on KSMO Media.
Welcome to Mountain Grove, Missouri. Stan Stevens and Rick Hoyt is back with us tonight for the Tigers and Panthers matchup tonight. Ricky, the Tigers missing a few guys tonight. They got some injuries. Mr. Owens not going to be out there. Wyatt Campbell suspended after last week's ejection. And Chandler Brakefield not going to be out there. So the Tigers going to be a little bit shorthanded, taking on a very good Mountain Grove team on a brand new turf field.
Yeah, well, the field looks nice, doesn't it, Stan?
It really does.
But you're right. I mean, Salem's going to have to, I guess it's one of those deals where you look at it as the next man up. I mean, that's that's what it looks like, and it'll be, you're going to have some underclassmen, in which I know we're already young, but some the other kids are going to get an opportunity. Well, let's see what they can do.
Holland Glenn and Drew Vaughn will drop deep. Salem will go on defense first after the kick, and we'll have Stokes kicking it off here in just a second. We're about ready to get things underway. Salem Tigers in their white jerseys, their navy blue pants, had their pink socks on and pink eye night, and Mountain Grove in their burgundy uniforms, their pants, jerseys, and white lettering. They have these gray helmets. The kick comes down. It's going to take a nice hop right to Drew Vaughn. Vaughn trying to deke his way around and still on his feet. Gets by two would-be tacklers and goes down at the 25-yard line. Three different Tigers in there to make that play. And Hovey was the one that led the way for the Salem Tigers. They're on defense first. Let's meet those starters on defense.
Caleb Ingram, senior. Drake Cunningham, sophomore. Josh Owen, senior.
Ruben Hovey, sophomore.
Carter Degon, freshman. Caden Du Bois, junior.
Jamal Metcalf, junior.
Cole Corson, senior.
Owen Hamilton, junior. Joe Griffith, junior.
Out, and there's a first down right away, and the first pass of the game coming down into the hands of number 3, Drew Vaughn. That's a gain of 16 yards and a first down. Well, it didn't take very long.
Just took the snap and made a quick slant, Stan, and he
right.
just come right straight on the inside, and he was wide open.
Didn't take very long at all for Tyson Elliott, who's a very good athlete,
Yep.
to just determine he wants to throw the ball first. They go trips to the right. It did interesting setup early in the game. Mountain Grove then has a man in motion from left to right. Now they have 4 receivers to the right side. Elliott will throw it out there, setting up the screen. They get outside. Looks like the FC is going down the field, and he's going to take it all the way for a touchdown. Aiden Estep gets the touchdown. That's 59 yards on the pass play. They set up the screen very well, Rick.
Yeah, they did, Stan. He got out in front, and they had all kinds of blockers, and that was a well-designed play right there. And all the Salem Tigers was out there. Everybody was covered up, and there was nobody there to make the play. That was a nice play by Mountain Grove.
You know, and you can tell there's some youngsters out there Because, Rick, they didn't really when the man went in motion, they didn't follow him.
No, they didn't.
And so that's the kind of things you're going to have when you're trying to train new players. Just happens that way. Ty Gardner in for the point after. The snap is back. The kick is up, and it looks good. And it is good. So Gardner with a point after as Estep takes it 59 yards, and the Salem Tigers trail it 7-0 early again in the game. Similar to what happened with Willow Springs last week. This one even a little bit quicker, but you got to give a lot of credit to Mountain Grove. They came and set 4 receivers and just bunched them up. And then they had 1 wide receiver out there, and those 4 in the slot acted just as nothing but blockers.
Yeah, they're blockers, like you say, and they brought brought E-Step in motion stand, and he just come out here and just kind of just took like a little flare pass out here in the flat, and he had all kinds of blockers in front of him, and away he went.
So the Tiger defense gives up another one of those explosive plays that Coach Bryson Barnes just hates to do, but in this case, you know, Mountain Grove set that play up very well. And when you can't get to the guy, and they really did set up those blockers well, it's you know, you're going to have a hard time trying to get to him. So Metcalf will go down the middle. He'll be the man deep off to the right side for the Salem Tigers. Looks like it's Cash Howard. He's going to be on the right side. On the left side for Salem back is Evan Mendenhall. So you got Wyatt Campbell out. You've got Evan Campbell out. And you got both of those guys that are not in the lineup tonight. So Tigers shorthanded here a little bit tonight with the Panthers. We mentioned that Josh Owen is not in the game. He had a bruise, pretty deep bruise, and it was questionable, and they elected to keep him out of the game tonight. So Gardner will kick it off. Metcalf, the deep man, right down the middle of the field, standing at about the 11-yard line. 7-0 Mountain Grove. Just underway here at Panther Stadium. Gardner's kick is a very short one. It's going to come down like an onside kick, and it's going to be recovered by the Panthers, and they'll have the ball at the 38-yard line. No Tiger even went to the ball, Rick.
No,
that's a live ball.
Yeah, that's a live ball. Like you say, nobody went up to even try to make a fair catch or anything, Stan. That was a live ball, and that fell right into the hands of the Mountain Grove Panthers.
Caden Murphy, I believe, is the one that got that ball. Can't advance an onside kick, but you can recover it.
Yep.
And Mountain Grove did, and they have the ball at the Salem Tiger 38-yard line. Well, they did a little razzle-dazzle there. Looked like they were going to kick it off, and they just lofted it high in the air, but nobody came up to get the ball. Tyson Elliott with a man in motion. Takes a bad snap. Inside handoff, wide open out the sideline. Number 21, Holland Glenn, and Glenn will get about 8. He'll get to the 30-yard line. 2nd down and 2. Coming off that slot, Glenn came inside, a little flip. And actually, that's a pass, Rick. We'll call it a run.
Yeah. I guess he was a little bit of forward pitch, wasn't it?
There's a flip pass.
Yep.
Going wide to the left side is Dominic Pelagi. Elliott, their senior quarterback. Now all 4 receivers, including the tight end, are on the left side. Pelagi hands that ball off to Preston Marty, and Marty goes through the middle to the 18-yard line, started to the outside, cut inside. He was at the 30. He'll end up at the 19-yard line, a gain of 11 and another first down for Mountain Grove. Preston Meddy, I guess that's how you have to say it. Meddy?
Yeah, Meddy. M-E-T-T-Y. Yeah.
1st and 10 from the 19. Meddy's been the single setback. 2-by-2 on the receiving core in motion. Comes Glenn. Back to throw. Elliott rolling to his right. Has a man deep. Instead goes underneath. And a nice catch as Hovey takes him out of bounds at the 12. They'll mark him near the 13-yard line, or 12, right in between, I think. Yep, right in the middle. A gain of 7 yards. It'll bring up 2nd and 3. 9:49 as the clock comes to a stop when they step out of bounds. Little crossing pattern there, and instead of going deep to the end zone, Elliott just tossed it underneath.
Roll out and let him have him, yeah.
Glenn and Carson Allen wide to the left side. Elliott flips it back. That's a lateral pass. Goes outside to Vaughn. Vaughn turns the corner, has a first down at about the 3-yard line. Going down the left side. That'll be a 1st and goal. I'm just making sure there's no flags down, but there is none. So it'll be down to the 2-yard line is where they're going to spot him down. 11-yard gain there and a first down. 1st and goal. And they're rotating guys in and out quickly. Devin Martin just checked in way on the far hash mark. Elliott. The snap again, he wants to throw. Looks, fires, touchdown. Nice pass coming to the tight end, coming off the end. Now that's number 21, Holland Glenn. He lined up as the tight end, and that 2-yard pass for the touchdown comes at the 9:36 mark of this first quarter, and it's quickly 13-0.
Just like that.
Boy, Elliott has all kinds of time.
He does, yeah.
But boy, Rick, it's really expected Mount Grove to run more.
True. That's what I did. Like I say, we come out throwing the ball.
Gardner's extra point. It looks like he pushed it.
It's good.
But it just got inside the post. Just made it. And Gardner with 2 back-to-back point afters. And very quickly, the Tigers find themselves down by a 14-0 score. First touchdown coming with 52 seconds gone in this first quarter. The onside kick recovered. And then that 38-yard drive in 5 plays. And in for the touchdown goes Glenn on a 2-yard pass from Elliott. 2 touchdown passes already for Elliott.
Yep. Yeah, they've had 2 running play stand and 5 throwing the ball.
Yeah,
Five passing.
kind of surprised on that.
Yeah, so. I am too. I thought they would come out like you say and run the ball a little bit more than what they did. But that may be the thing. They should get out here and get a lead and then run the ball the rest of the night. I mean, we don't know. Yeah.
Well, they may have seen that the Tigers do struggle a little bit right now because a lot of their better guys who play defense have been hurt.
Yeah, true.
And so you don't have Josh Owen back there. You don't have Chandler Brakefield back there. You don't have some guys that have been playing that defensive backfield, which for the most part, Rick, have been playing pretty well. Yep. But when you get beat up and they're not there, you've got inexperienced guys playing. And right now, Mountain Grove is taking advantage of that. Gardner to kick it again. See, hopefully the Tigers are a little bit more aware. They have 5 guys up front, but that onside kick actually was kicked about 18 yards. Yep. And they'll kick this one a little harder. It comes back to Metcalf at the 12, down the right side, trying to turn upfield, and he gets hit and taken out of bounds at the 23. Small, about 11-yard return. And the Tiger offense comes on the field. Let's find out about those guys.
Caden DuBois, junior.
Reuben Hovey, sophomore. Jamal Metcalf, junior.
Matthew Stokes, freshman.
Leighton Mink, sophomore.
Cole Corson, senior. Wyatt Martin, junior.
Joe Griffith, junior.
Owen Hamilton, junior. Caleb Ingram, senior. Evan Mendenhall, sophomore.
The ball on the initial snap, and Caden DuBois at quarterback. He falls on it for a 1-yard loss. So right off the bat, just the exchange between the center and the quarterback, not a good one, and Tigers have to fall on it and lose a yard. Second down, we're going to call 11 from Salem Tigers' 23-yard line. Tigers go trips to the left. Ingram will be in the slot. Mendenhall goes out deep. DuBois has it, hands that ball off, and getting a yard or 2 for the Salem Tigers, trying to find a little bit of running room up the middle was Hovey. Hovey started running back the first game of the year, Rick, then kind of got pushed to the defensive side, and now after a very nice touchdown against Willow Springs last week, he's back. And, boy, he had a nice run. And we talked about on the way down, as a matter of fact, here, how that man was not going to be deterred from the end zone. I really love that attitude.
Yeah.
We may not win this game, but you're not going to keep me out of the end zone.
You're not going to keep me out of the end zone, and that's exactly what he showed.
Third down, and we're going to call it a long 9. Boys keeps it himself. He is smothered for a loss back at the 20-yard line of 4, almost 5 yards. It'll bring up 4th down at 15. And Mountain Grove's defense has held, and Aiden Estep will come back for the kick. Aiden tried to fake it to Hovey, Rick, and he had a blitz on him in no time. Nothing he could do. So Metcalf will drop back. Kick from inside is 10. Estep stands at his own 40, and a kick that looks like it's partially blocked. That ball might have hit Mountain Grove, and I think Salem has it. I believe Stokes fell on it. That should be Salem ball.
Should be a Salem ball.
As that ball hit the Mountain Grove player, and Salem will recover it on the 42-yard line.
Nice kick.
That's the way I planned it.
Yeah. I'll kick a low line drive, and that's exactly what it did. And it hit, I didn't see who the player it went off of, Stan. It went off a Mountain Grove player. And,
right, Stokes was right with him.
Stokes was right with him, and then Stokes seen the ball, and he just got on it.
So the Tigers have the ball at their own 42-yard line. They go in the I formation as Du Bois hands that ball off and trying to turn the corner, just no room as Ray Cunningham was just smothered for a loss of about a yard, yard and a half. They'll move him back to the 40, again, a loss of 2. It'll bring up 2nd and 12. Yeah, Mountain Grove's line, Rick, they're not giving Salem any quarter whatsoever.
No, they're not.
They are stopping it right in its tracks.
Yep. Yeah, they got all
coming wide to the left side, Cash Howard. Got some quarterbacking in last week at Willow Springs. Du Bois back, being chased on the backside, fires it. The ball's incomplete, intended for Ingram. A little push down there by Preston Meddy. He got a little talk to
I think he
one
had
of
a
the
little
officials.
talking to there by the referee, didn't he? Yeah.
3rd down and 12. 6:47 to go. First quarter, 14-0 Panthers. Really do a nice job on the field here. The artificial turf, the different color green arrangements. They did a really nice job.
Yeah, they did.
3rd and 12. Du Bois gets it himself off to the right side. Nice move. Cuts inside. Back to the outside. Across the 50 to the 40 and down to the 38-yard line. Going all the way down to the 39 is what will spot him down. 21-yard gain. First down for Salem. A nice move by Du Bois. And once he cut inside, Rick, and he went back outside, back inside, and then finally got over the midfield stripe and got that first down.
Yeah, that was a nice run. He kind of picked his way through there, Stan. Like I said, made a couple of nice moves to get extra yardage.
First down for Salem here tonight. They're in Mountain Grove territory. Cunningham wide to the right side, as is Cash Howard. Metcalf to the left. Hovey in the backfield. Du Bois gets it, trying to keep it himself. That's not going to go over very well. 3 different guys from Mountain Grove had already taken that lane away. Yep. Leading the way for Mountain Grove, number 57, Hunter Means. He just blocked up the hole, and there was nowhere to go.
Nowhere.
2nd down and 11. Metcalf will bring the play in. With 5:45 to go, we are in the first quarter, 14-0 Panthers on their 1-play drive of 59 yards and a 5-play drive of 38. Inside handoff, and I think that ball might have come loose.
He get back on it.
I think Cunningham got back on it. That ball looked like it kind of came loose, Rick, but Cunningham fell back on it. A 1-yard gain, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 10. Well, I can tell you, and you can see it, Rick, Du Bois is not getting much time back there at quarterback. Mountain Grove, they're just peeling their ears back, and they're coming.
They're not even looking for anything else. I mean, they're just going straight, like you say, straight for the quarterback.
They're going to see a hole. They're going to go through it, and we'll see what's back there.
Yep.
Kind of like the cave exploration. We'll see what's in there. Du Bois gets a high snap, and flags go down from the back judge. False start against Salem Tigers. Small crowd on hand. It's got a few more now here at Mountain Grove Panther Stadium.
Yep.
I remember the days, Rick. Salem Mountain Grove get together. It'd be SRO, standing room only.
It was definitely a rivalry, wasn't it? These two teams did not like each other at all.
Plus, you had the visiting stands on the other side.
Yeah,
and
true.
that kept things a little more tame.
True.
Not the same.
A little.
Yeah, not the same rivalry as it used to be.
No.
Play clock is down to 3 as Salem couldn't get there, and they're going to have to burn a timeout. With 4:27 to go, first quarter is 14 for Mountain Grove, nothing for Salem. We're going to come back in 30 seconds. This is Tiger Football on KSMO Media.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Cameron Irway in Salem today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
And we do want to thank all the sponsors that make it possible for us to bring you Salem Tiger Sports on KSMO AM 1340, FM 95.7, and on KSMORadio.com, as well as our KSMO Facebook page and on YouTube. And some of those sponsors include Dent County Vet Clinic, J&D Automotive, Hometown Mechanical, and Align by Design Chiropractic. We thank them for being sponsors, allowing us to bring you Tiger athletics and events. Also, don't forget about your Score Bug. Ozark Overhead Door sponsors that Score Bug at the bottom of your page. Thanks to Zane and the gang down there. They do a great job. 3rd down and 15. Du Bois back. He's just getting a full-out blitz, and he throws it about 700 feet out of bounds in the air. No one around. No one's going to pick that one off. That's for sure, but
not in play.
Not in play. And, Rick, that's been a Caden's safety valve here in the last few games. He got picked off last week at Mountain Grove, at Willow Springs, trying to do that here at Mountain Grove. He actually sailed that way into their bench. There was no chance of that. But, you got to almost have a safety valve somewhere that you know you can go to, and that's just not happening for the Salem Tigers.
Got to have somewhere where he can flip that ball out.
Yeah. Whether it's in the middle of the field or just out that way.
You got to set up somewhere.
Yeah, somebody needs to curl out. They're going for it on 4th down and 15. Mountain Grove dropped back, but Du Bois has it. Blitz straight forward. He gets away from that, but he's going to go down in the hands and arms of number 69, Aiden Barbie. And Barbie brings him down for a loss of a yard, and Mountain Grove will take over 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line. So the Tigers offense sputters again after getting the break, after the punt that hit the Mountain Grove Panther player.
And then a good run by Caden.
And a very good run by Caden, yes, sir. Tiger defense trying to get a stop here. Tyson Elliott, their quarterback. He's a senior. He was saluted tonight prior to the game. He goes back to throw. He's got a man deep downfield, lofting it right to him. It's behind him and out of bounds.
Never seen it. Yeah.
Drew Vaughn was out there, but the pass by Elliott was behind him a little bit. I don't think he ever saw the ball, Rick.
No, I don't think he did either. He looked back and then he heard it hit. And he looked back and he just throwed his hands up. I don't think he ever did see that. Yeah.
Well, and sometimes, too, looking back in some of these lights.
He could have been looking right back up into that.
He could have been.
Yeah.
So he never saw it.
No, he didn't.
Du Bois was with him. Bring up 2nd and 10. Elliott's got a good way of throwing. You watch his arm movement. He throws very smoothly. And he gets. But you also know we saw him drill a couple passes already tonight.
Yep.
2nd down, 10 yards to go. 2-by-2 on receiving pattern with 2 ready to go short, 1 ready to go long. That ball dropped right in the hands of Drew Vaughn. He dropped it. It would have been enough almost for a 1st down.
He's seen that one.
Yeah, he did.
But he dropped it.
He did. Carter Deegan was in on the play, and Metcalf was back there as well, but the ball was dropped. 3rd and 10. Clock stops, 4:04 to go first quarter, 14-0 Panthers. Tyson Elliott, 215-pound, 6-foot quarterback, senior. We saw him in his earlier days, and we're seeing him now in his last chance. 3 receivers to the left. Man rolls out to his right. Fires that ball, and it's caught by Vaughn. Vaughn trying to dance around, going backwards, avoiding tacklers, and still on his feet. And is going to get enough for the first down, and down to about the 38-yard line of Salem. That will be a 14-yard gain. He ran about 65 yards, but he got 14 and a first down.
That's true. I thought he was in trouble, Stan, when he went when he first and turned made that 10-yard cutback. I thought, I'm sure that's a good move, but it did give him maybe an extra 10 yards out of it after doing that.
Well, he did, but there was no Tiger back there. That was the issue, Rick. He had blockers then get in front of him.
Yeah.
Trips to the right for the Panthers. 1st and 10 from the 39. Handoff up the middle, and getting a couple of yards, wearing number 29, is Sam Peterson. Be 2nd down, 8 yards to go. 3:22 counting in the first quarter, 14-0. Fry and Vaughn and Unger and all those guys have checked in and out. And they're going to keep putting new guys out there. Just right now, it's the Destin Unger boy. He's wide to the left. Vaughn stays in. Low snap. Back to throw deep, going for the end zone, and caught. Touchdown. Easy catch to Holler Glenn. His second of the night. That's a 39-yard pass. Glenn from Elliott. 39 yards and a touchdown.
He actually had 2 receivers down there standing. Both of them wide open. He had Glenn underneath, and I believe it was Drew Vaughn over the top, and he hit Glenn for the touchdown. But both of them either one of them could have caught that ball.
I believe the other man out there was Peterson.
Was it?
I think so. I think he went deep, and Glenn came across. Gardner for the point after. Vaughn to hold. The snap is back. Kick looks good. And the officials say no good. Wow, that one looked better than the last one. It was a little bit higher than the post, so we really couldn't tell. But the PAT is missed. And right now, after still more than 2 minutes and 46 seconds left, it's 20-0 for the Mountain Grove Panthers. Not what Salem had hoped for coming in, Rick, but we know the injuries and the youth of this team. And so I heard somebody tell me the other day, he goes, well, when are they going to get older? I said, probably as the year goes on. Well, so you want me to tell you, they're not going to get older until next year. And Coach Barnes, and I know that the coaching staff's working with some of these kids to get them stronger, get them bigger, and get them ready for next year. This year may not be what the Tigers wanted to have happen. Nobody wants a losing season, but sometimes you're faced with that, especially with the issues that this team has had, losing Easton May even before the season got started. And you lose another senior, and then, you got some other younger players who are making big contributions. They're getting hurt. They're not there. Chandler Brakefield, one of those guys. Atkinson, boy, he's not playing. He's been playing great on defensive end.
It's a learning experience. That's what you got to look at now. You've got to get these younger kids experience. So next year, then maybe you see the mistakes this year. Maybe that don't happen next year. That's what you got to do. You got to learn how do you play the game, and that's what I'm sure that Coach Barnes is trying to look at for the rest of this season.
And the kick goes deep. Backing up is Mendenhall at his 18-yard line. Evan trying to go across the field. That's probably not a wise idea, Evan. And he's going to get chased down. Actually, lose some yardage back to the 20. Evan thought he was going to outrun 3 Panthers, and I didn't see a lot of success there because they were kind of coming to meeting right where he was trying to cut a field.
Got to go this way, not east and west, north and south. Yeah.
You got to get that key block, and unfortunately, when you're trying to bring it back, you have to wait on somebody to give you that block, and Mountain Grove wasn't waiting for Salem to give the block, I can tell you that. It's 20-0 Panthers. We're in the first quarter, 2:38 remains. Mendenhall and Cunningham come out, Ingram in the slot. Man-to-man coverage by Mountain Grove. The boys wants to flip it out, he does. That's a good play. The Tigers have learned a little bit of something as Hovey goes all the way out to beyond the 30. That's a first down for the Tigers runner. Gotta love Ruben. He is a battler.
Yeah.
And for the Salem Tigers, Nice little flip out and a first down for them. Their second of the game.
Yeah, they were keying on Du Bois there, and Caden just made a nice little toss to the outside to Ruben, and he made a nice run.
1st and 10, trips to the right side, and the ball comes loose. Ball is still loose, and I believe Mountain Grove has it, and they do. Salem lost the ball. Ball went right back over the head of Hovey and all the way to the man tackled him behind him to the 34-yard line, and that's where Mountain Grove recovered it for the Salem Tigers. That is their first turnover, although he did give him an onside kick. And the ball will be at the 33-yard line. That handoff there, Rick, was a little confusing to me.
Yeah, it looked like he was trying to pull that away from Hovey, and I don't sure like to say, that the communication wasn't there, and out come the ball all at one time.
Trips left for Elliott. He wants to go that way. Man, he's throwing everything tonight. Ball up high for Vaughn, and the ball is tipped away nicely.
Nice job.
By the Salem Tigers defender, Cash Howard. Put that ball a little too high. If he'd have thrown it to the back corner of the end zone, I don't think Cash could have gotten back there, but Cash did recover nicely and knocked that ball away from Vaughn.
Yeah, that ball hung up there for a while, didn't
Yeah,
it?
it did. That ball was high up in the air. Yeah. 20-0 Panthers. They've scored. They had a short touchdown run of 38 after the onside kick, so they did that 5 plays. This is play number 2. See, the Tigers can maybe get that ball back. Trips to the right side. Elliott wants to throw again. He has a man wide open and fires it, and just dropping his head and smacking the Tiger player, Carson Allen. Allen just lowered his head, lowered the boom on the Tiger player, Carter Degan, who's just a freshman, but boy, Ricky, he took a pop from a guy that's twice his size, pretty much.
He's big.
Yeah, Carson Allen, 6'3", 230. And Carter Degan is 5'3" and 180.
There you go.
50 pounds and 6 inches. 3rd down and 1. Handoff up the middle, big hole, getting a first down and more is Preston Meddy, and Meddy will get the first down from the 24-yard line down to the 19. 5-yard gain. Meddy got tripped up, tried to keep that hand underneath there, not get that knee down, but he couldn't do it. Down to a minute left in the first quarter. Panthers knocking on the door. Vaughn wide to the left side. Allen wide to the right. That's a big kid.
He is big, isn't he?
Snap is back. They go back to Vaughn. Vaughn drops the ball. That's the second drop for him in this game when he's wide open. Ingram was coming up on him, but Vaughn had planned on pirouetting and going to the outside.
He was trying to run before he caught it, huh?
A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Took those eyes off that ball. I know I'm going to catch it.
I don't have to watch this thing all the way
No.
in. Yeah.
Dominic Pelagi comes back in the game. 45 seconds left to go first quarter. 2nd down, 10 from the 19. Vaughn wide to the left side. Pelagi in the slot. Handoff, trying to find a little bit of running room is Meddy, and Meddy will get down to about the 11. A gain of 8 yards. They'll bring up 3rd and 2. You have to appreciate the patience of the Mountain Grove runners, Rick. They're waiting for their blocks and following them as they open things up. So,
I mean, they're just taking their, like you say, on those running plays, and they're just waiting for the hole to open up. And once they do that and they get by that first line, they're just looking for anybody to go around, and that's what they're doing.
20-0. Mountain Grove, 10 seconds left to go first quarter. Elliott on a long count, gives it to Meddy up the middle. He's got the first down to about the 6-yard line, maybe 7. They may spot him down there. Hovey in on that tackle, and at the bottom of that is Carter Degan. And that ends the first quarter of play with the score. The Mountain Grove Panthers 20, Salem Tigers nothing. We'll come back in a minute. This is Tiger Football on KSMO Media.
With tax season fast approaching, you might have some questions that you need answered. If so, give the Tax Masters a call. They have over 40 years of experience and can handle all types of accounting services plus certified e-filing. Don't ever let yourself be a slave to the IRS. Come and see Jackie or Beth at Tax Masters located at 107 West 4th Street here in Salem, or call 729-3001.
Terrell Complete Auto Care is a full-service auto repair center in Salem. They offer full-service oil changes as well as $2 discounts on Tuesdays for all ladies, and Wednesday is Senior Citizen Day. Plus, Terrell Complete Auto Care can take care of all your auto and diesel repair needs. They offer free pickup and delivery in town. James and Sheena and the staff of Terrell Complete Auto Care are proud to support the Salem Tigers.
And welcome back to Mountain Grove, Missouri Panther Stadium and their brand new artificial turf.
Yeah.
First SCA school to have artificial turf, by the way. You remember when this program almost got folded, Rick?
Yes, exactly.
Elliott waits. Gets it on first down, throws the ball across. Nice play by the Tigers to break that up.
Nice
Caleb
job.
Ingram.
Nice job.
Stuck right with Vaughn. Vaughn's kind of been the favorite target of Tyson Elliott.
Yeah.
He'll bring up second down and goal. Ball at the 8-yard line. Well, 7. A little bit on the 8 side of 7, but still 7.
7, yeah.
Wide to the right side goes Glenn. He's been one of his favorite targets as well. Snap back, fires that ball out for Vaughn. Vaughn trying to turn that corner, cuts back against the grain, and he's going to go in for the touchdown. Vaughn, the 8-yard pass from Elliott. He's got 4 touchdown passes. Well, I tell you what, Elliott has just decided he's just going to throw the ball. What do you got, like 7 runs maybe?
Wow.
Gardner in for the point after.
Yeah, six runs, you're right.
High snap, the kick is up. That looks pretty good.
It is good.
So Gardner with the point after. Here with 11:48 to go in the second quarter. And Rick, you hate to say it, but you know you have to say it. When you got an experienced team like Mountain Grove taking on a team that's kind of decimated with injuries and very young, it usually is not going to be a very pretty game.
Right.
Somewhere
right.
down the road, it's not going to look very good.
Well, and you're right. I mean, and that's and we talked about that coming down, and we kind of looked at, like you say, this Mountain Grove team, which is an excellent football team. I mean,
You bet.
they're right up there too, and this is where the Salem Tigers want to get to, and then, like you say, it doesn't happen overnight. So we got to give them a chance, get these kids to grow, and then, like you say, hopefully that they come out even next year or the year after, Stan, and we start seeing a lot of improvement in these kids.
Yeah, the one thing that I see here, Rick, is a whole different style of football than Salem and Mountain Grove used to be. Smash mouth, beat each other.
Yeah.
I mean, literally beat each other to death. And now it's more finesse. You got a lot more passing. You got a lot more curls, slants, a little down and outs. You got guys going post patterns, flag patterns.
Yeah.
You didn't have that before.
We used to not see that at all.
You occasional pass or two, but not that many.
Not much, yeah.
A lot of it now. 27-0 Panthers as Gardner kicks it off, and he sails one down deep towards Metcalf, right through his hands, and goes into the end zone for a touchback. I think Mr. Metcalf took his eyes off that one. That ball was sailing. And he put his hands out to catch it and started moving forward. And
whoops.
Suddenly the ball wasn't there. Salem will be home for homecoming next week against the Mountain View Liberty Eagles. 7 o'clock game time. Going to be a full week of sports here on KSMO. We've got Lady Tiger Volleyball versus Plato Monday. We've got Lady Tiger Volleyball versus Mountain View. We've got Lady Tiger Volleyball versus Mountain Grove. That's a lot of volleyball.
A lot of volleyball.
All coming up next week off at the Salem High School gym. Of course, we wish them the best of luck tomorrow. They will be at Licking in the Licking tournament. 1st and 10. Du Bois keeps it himself. Almost got around Preston Meddy, who brought him down for no gain. 2nd down and 10. Ball at the 18-yard line. That's a good little misdirection, and give Meddy a lot of credit for making that tackle.
Yeah. Yeah, because if he doesn't make that tackle, Stan, Caden's got a lot of room.
Hayden Ragsdale checks out wide to the right side. And are they changing something? There's something on the field. Aha.
Okey-doke.
Something we couldn't see. Mendenhall wide to the right side now. Back to throw, Du Bois. Getting pressure, fires it out, incomplete. And bring up 3rd down and still just a little over 10. Second down. Can't be 2nd down. Has to be 3rd
It's
down.
3rd down, yeah. They're changing. Yeah.
Going to get that 5th down in yet, Ben?
Yeah. Ben's been wanting that 5th down, hasn't he?
Metcalf going wide to the left side. Tigers Mendenhall to the right. In the I formation, Cunningham the up man. They flip it back, and Tigers are going to get nowhere on that. And a flag goes down late. Hovey got it looked like a face mask.
That's what I started saying. It kind of got tackled kind of high anyhow, didn't it?
Yeah. Ball at the 12-yard line.
Yep.
Face mask against Mountain Grove. And they're going to call it incidental contact.
Wow.
So 5-yard penalty. So still going to bring up 3rd and just about where it was before, about 12.
So we're going to give him no gain on the play,
No
Stan?
gain.
No gain.
Well, no, you give him -5 and then +5.
Okay.
-5. 10:50 and clock has stopped. For what reason? Don't know. Play clock's still running.
True.
I really don't know. Why didn't they restart the clock?
I thought they would have.
They should have. Metcalf wide to the right side. Mendenhall to the left. 3rd down, 12. Play clock down to 2. Du Bois rolling, gets a lot of pressure. He's going to go down at about the 8-yard line. He ran right into the would-be tackler, and Caden went down very hard.
Well, he did. Took 2 shots there, Stan.
He sure did. He got one, and then it didn't even count. Then gets another one, and he's going to lose about 10.
Okay.
He tried to get away by turning back to the left to the inside, and he just got rolled over as their line was in. Metcalf back in his own end zone to punt. Snap is a good one, gets a little bit of pressure. It's not a very good punt. It's going to come down about the 25-yard line and take, really just a neutral bounce.
Yep.
Only goes out to the 32, so Mountain Grove will have it 1st and 10. That punt goes about 24 yards.
They almost blocked that too, Stan.
They almost did.
That was close. There was 2 guys right there. I don't know how they missed it, but they did.
27-0 Panthers were in the first half. Salem Tigers had a couple of offensive surges, but could not keep those drives going. And here come the Panthers again. 4 touchdown passes for Tyson Elliott, and he's got more guys out in the pattern. Probably wants to throw the ball again. He does. Looking to his right, now back to the left, flips it out into the outside, getting it to the big tight end, Carson Allen. And Allen goes in, flags fly in late. Allen's going to get down to about the 11-yard line, but the flags come in. That's about 21-yard reception and gain.
Okay.
Waiting on the official. Going to be a personal foul against Mountain Grove.
Helmet?
Looks like helmet to helmet.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the personal foul will move the ball back. It depends. It all looked like it came in right at the tackle.
Right at the tackle. I agree with you there.
And the flag is still down there at the 11-yard line. So it would move back 15 from there. The gain, as we mentioned, went from the 30. Went from the 33, 32-yard line down to the 11. So that 21-yard gain, and they're going to move it back 15.
Gotcha.
So it's a net gain of about 6 yards. They'll bring up 1st and 4. Why not?
Sure.
9:45 and counting, first half.
Usually don't see 1st and 4, do you?
No, it doesn't happen very often. 1st and 5 sometimes.
But not 1st and 4.
1st and 4 becomes a little bit different. Trips to the left. Back to throw, firing that ball across. Again to Allen. Allen trying to take it back down the field. Get to inside the 15. Another flag comes in.
I didn't see anything there, Stan.
I didn't either. Tigers Cunningham brought him down with a little help from another Tiger, but flag came in as Allen was hitting the ground.
Waving it off.
I was going to say I didn't really see anything
there. Yeah.
So a gain back to the 15-yard line.
12
Well, I want to see if that's where they actually did put it down to 15. And so 12 yards, Rick.
Gotcha.
And a first down for Mountain Grove. Tyson Elliott having himself a heck of a passing night.
Yeah, he is.
He has been able to get back and just set up and throw wherever he wants to. No pressure whatsoever from the Tigers.
He's put the ball up 15 times here in the first half so far.
Well, like I said, I don't even think he's got a sweat. 2 steps back, fires the ball across. It's caught, and he's trying to make his way down a little bit further with number 22, and that's Dominic Pelagi. And that's going to be another, very close to a first down. To about the 6-yard line, bring up 2nd and 1, 9-yard gain. Hovey got over there to finally push him out, but Mountain Grove knocking on the door again. Vaughn to the left, Allen to the right. In motion, trying to take that ball in, and up the middle he goes, in for the touchdown, number 28, Devin Martin. Martin, a 6-yard run. And the score is now 33-0, Mountain Grove. Gardner will come in for the point after. Been busy this first half.
True.
Vaughn to hold. The snap is back. Kick is up, and it is good. So Gardner with a point after, and it's a 34-0 lead for Mountain Grove. They have scored five straight touchdowns. And while we have a moment, we do want to thank all of our sponsors that make it possible for us to be here to bring you Tiger sports and events, different things throughout the area that we always seem to do, like 4th of July parades and good stuff like that. Denton County Vet Clinic is one of those, J&D Automotive. Hometown Mechanical, also Aligned by Design Chiropractic. And on our scored bug at the bottom of the page, you have the Ozark Overhead Door. We thank them for sponsoring our Salem Tiger activity, be it events, be it athletics, parades. Good stuff. Good stuff. Yep. Anyway, 8:46 to go. Thank you to all those sponsors who make it possible. Yep. We do appreciate you. And hopefully you let these people know, because without them, you're going to have to come down here and see these games at Mountain Grove and Mountain View and Ava, Thayer, St. James, wherever else. The next year, Koshkana. Or wherever we're going now, so wherever the heck we're going. Gardner ready to kick off. A little bit offside there, but no flag comes down, and back to get his Metcalf at the 2. Metcalf right to the middle of the field, and he is going to get taken down by a wall of Burgundy, and the ball comes out, and they're going to rule him down, and they're going to give the fumble.
I thought the forward progress had been stopped myself, Stan.
I do too, Rick, but they're talking about it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
It is Salem ball.
I thought, like you said, I mean, they were pushing him back, and finally the ball come out of there. I thought that ball's got to be down.
Well, he was outnumbered like 6-2.
That's true. Yeah.
So first down for Salem at the 15-yard line, and not a second came off the clock.
How
does that work? You touch the ball, the clock starts. Oh, well.
No matter how long he runs around back there, you just don't start that clock.
Yeah, right. That's a new rule?
New rule, yeah.
Here at Wilson Field, they got new rules, I guess. We just have to worry about it. All righty. See, the Tigers can get some kind of offense going here. As Du Bois will hand that ball off to Hovey, and Hovey up the middle trying to gain a couple of yards. He does. Is actually able to push up to the 18. 3-yard gain for Reuben Hovey. Reuben's got that low center of gravity, and if he can get out there and get going, get a little bit of open
keep
space.
driving. Yeah, keep driving.
Yeah, he can. Like I said, I was so impressed at Willow Springs. I saw that turf churning up underneath those spikes, and you think you're going to stop me? You got another thing coming, dude.
He was a digging. Huh?
He was a digging, man. He wanted that touchdown. 2nd and 7. Du Bois has it, keeping it himself, and trying to gain a yard or two. He may have gotten a yard. I don't think he got anything. I think it's going to be no gain, but a flag went in the backfield. The official had a pretty good right arm, actually. Threw that flag about 8 yards. There may have been a little taunting going on back behind the play.
I'm thinking you're right, Stan.
And I believe the Mountain Grove coach is not very happy with his boys. And Brandon Rogers, who used to be an excellent player here at Mountain Grove.
Yep. I'd say he was not pleased with that, Stan. You could see that.
Dead ball foul, personal foul against Salem.
Oh.
So the ball will be moved halfway back to the goal line from the 18 to the 9. I didn't see it on sportsmanlike conduct.
I didn't either, yeah.
But it was a personal foul. They didn't show the unsportsmanlike conduct symbol. So it's going to be 2nd down and about 16 to go. Ball back at the 8-yard line. Du Bois in the gun. Gets some pressure right away. Fires that ball out, and it's going to be incomplete. Pass intended for Mendenhall. That'll bring up 4th down and long. Mendenhall was open. The pass didn't get there. Of course, Caden doesn't have a lot of time back there. And he missed his receiver. Actually got a little bit closer to being picked off by Aiden Estep. Speaking of him, he'll back up for the punt to about midfield. Metcalf, barely got that one off. Matter of fact, it's partially blocked. Comes down at the 25 and takes a Salem bounce to the 31. One of the I believe getting in there was Preston Meddy, who got a piece of that, Rick.
A piece of it, yeah. Couldn't tell if he just nicked it or what, yeah.
It's about to another 23-yard punt. And Mountain Grove, again, has excellent field position. They've had, 3 short fields already, and this will make it number 4.
At least, yeah.
And with 7:33 to go in the first half, I'm assuming we're going to continue to watch him throw the ball because Tyson Elliott just doesn't seem to want to run it much. Hasn't appeared to. Fits it out to Vaughn on a little screen. Vaughn down the sideline. Nobody's there. Vaughn's going to outrun everybody, and he's in the end zone for a touchdown. Vaughn, just a little flip pass, 31 yards and a touchdown. And with 7:21 to go in the first half, Mountain Grove leads it 40-0. Elliott with 5 touchdown passes.
Wow. And he's 13 for 16 staying in this first half.
Gardner in for the point after. Snap is back, and that kick is up. Looks good. It is. So Gardner booms it through. 41-0. The Panthers, Tigers with a turnover, an onside kick that was executed by Mountain Grove, and then some bad field position, and partially, well, maybe even the last 2 punts are partially blocked. We don't. That one definitely got a little nick because it started kind of sputtering out of control as it looked at it left Metcalf's foot. So I'm pretty sure that there was definitely
a little tip out of there.
A little tip out of that. But Panthers take it over in good field position, and they score on one play, 31 yards, and quickly 41-0.
Just a little swing pass out in there, Stan, coming out of the backfield. And
Vaughn's got speed, and once he got to the outside, Rick, see, that was the problem with the defense. I didn't see him shifting, seeing that he's going around the outside. There was nothing.
Yeah, we didn't go motion or something.
I mean,
nobody says, there we go. Yeah.
But there was no deception here, and why the defense didn't shift, I'm not sure. Maybe they were preoccupied with the receivers, but once the pass is thrown, the defense should be communicating, hey, right side, right side, right side.
Yep.
Number 3, something. And I'm not seeing our Tigers react to that. So maybe there's just not any communication out there. Just don't know. 41-0. Gardner will kick it again, and he'll boot this one to Metcalf at the 4. Metcalf trying to go to the right side. Now flag goes down, and that's at the 11-yard line, and Metcalf will bring it back to the 24, a 20-yard return, but it's going to come back.
Yeah, you seen the block in the back just like I did.
just a little. Flag was thrown down at the 16, and if they take it half the distance from there, it'll be back at the 8-yard line. So Tigers digging themselves some holes here, Rick.
Yeah. Can't quite get out of that rut, can we?
Illegal block in the back, and they're going to
give a sideline warning too.
Yeah. Sideline warning. I'm not sure the sideline warning is on.
I'm not either. It's kind of confusing, wasn't it?
Yeah. So the ball at the 16 should go back. The flag thrown at the 16 should take the ball back to the 8.
Yep.
And then another penalty on top of that back to the 4.
I mean, you're right. He also pointed the sideline warning was also, he pointed that's also against the Salem Tigers. So I guess that'll put the ball at the 8-yard line, Stan. We'll go from there.
It appears so.
Yep.
So for Salem, an 8-yard penalty. And a run up the middle by Hovey, and he gets across the 10-yard line. Gain of about 3. Sides of the Mountain Grove Panthers guys up front, Rick, are just so much bigger than the Salem guys. You got Jacob Norman at 235 and Tyson Shepard at 230, and you got Joshua Mullen at 230 and 240 for Garrett Hutzel. Tigers don't have that size. And now Du Bois taken down after trying to escape, and he is pulled down for a loss of about 3 back to the 8-yard line. Third down at just about 10. Clock is running with 6:15 to go in the half. It's been all Panthers. It's really been all Tyson Elliott and receivers for the most part.
I didn't expect to see
I did not expect
put
that.
the ball up that many times. Yeah.
6 touchdowns, 5 of them in the air. Du Bois in the gun, standing back at about the 2-yard line. He rolls, fires that ball out, and it is caught. Trying to turn upfield and get a little bit of yards is Ingram. And he'll gain about 4, but it's still going to bring up 4th down and still about 6 yards to go, and Metcalf will have to come back in to punt. Tigers have to, and I know it's the old adage, they have to find something that works and then start to really, really exploit that. And really just find something that they can get really good at.
Just try to build off of that,
Yep. Metcalf has it, gets off a decent punt this time, no pressure there. Esteb is back and lets it bounce. Boy, that took a nice 9-iron drop.
It did, didn't it?
Just came down and stopped at the 43-yard line. And that's where Mountain Grove will have it at the Salem 43. Fun of about 34 yards for Metcalf.
Okay.
And again, Mountain Grove with very good field position. Stan Stevens, Rick Hoyt with you here from Mountain Grove. Been all one-sided here. It's been the Burgundy story. Mountain Grove, the Panthers coming into this contest have been playing very good football, and tonight they're kind of just, I think, practicing their passing game. That's what they actually look like they're doing. Back to throw again. Fired down the middle, and it's caught for the first down and more. Catching that one is Holland Glenn. And Glenn will take it all the way to about the 24-yard line. And that's a 17-yard gain and a first down. Well, every quarterback looks great when they have no pressure. And Elliott has not had a white jersey in his backfield yet tonight. Not one.
Not one.
Not one. First and 10. Trying to hand off this time and trying to cut back against the grain. Ball comes out. And I wonder, Salem has it.
Salem's got it.
Tigers get the fumble. As running that ball was Devin Martin. And he gains about 5 yards, and then the Tigers force the fumble. Their second for Mountain Grove.
Okay.
And Salem will have the ball right at the 19-yard line. Cunningham wide to the right side. Actually going out beyond him is Metcalf. Du Bois in the gun, wants to throw, getting us the blitz on there to pass across, and that's a heck of a pass to Cunningham. But I don't think he held on to it. He did not. Ray got down, looked like he might be able to hold on to that one, but he was being hit right as he caught it.
Yeah.
So the ball comes loose, second down. Still 10 yards to go. Little slant pattern, Rick.
Yeah, that's what I have seen that the Salem Tigers looks like that is open if they could convert more of those.
Mendenhall wide to the right side. Snap comes back to Du Bois. He gets pressure, fires that ball out, and it's dropped out there by Cash Howard. Or in and out of the hands, maybe I should say dropped. He was being guarded out there by number 11, Brylan Mayberry of Mountain Grove, but he didn't have to do anything as Cash either tried to go upfield a little too quick. Ball went right through his hands.
Just took his eyes off of it.
Third down and 10. Clock stopped, 4:09 to go in this first half. All Panthers tonight here in Mountain Grove. Du Bois wants to throw. Fires that across the middle. Almost intercepted. In and out of the hands of number 29, Sam Peterson. If he had that, he'd have gone in for an easy touchdown. Had it, dropped it, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Yeah, that was going to be an easy pick six there, wasn't it, if he could have held on to that? Yeah.
Yeah, he cut right in front of the Tiger receiver, had that ball, but just couldn't corral it. And it'll bring up fourth down and 10. Metcalf's getting plenty of practice.
Blocked.
And the punt is blocked and end up in the end zone. And nobody goes after it. It's going to allow Mountain Grove to get it for a touchdown.
Yep.
None of the Tigers went after the ball whatsoever. And number 57, Hunter Means, recovers it in the end zone for the touchdown. Rick,
I don't know if nobody's seen it, Stan, or what.
I've never seen that.
Yeah, I have never either.
He didn't carry it in the end zone, so it should be a touchdown.
Yeah.
And with 3:56 to go, Hunter Means blocked punt recovery in the end zone.
So Gardner's in to try this extra point again, Stan.
He's getting plenty of practice, too.
Yeah, he is.
On the hole, the snap is back. The kick, he drills that one. Oh, that barely got in there.
Barely did, yeah.
And here we are in the first half. Panthers 48, Salem Tigers nothing after the Means recovery in the end zone of a blocked punt. Well, Rick, I like you're saying, I don't know if nobody saw where the ball went. Well, Mountain Grove saw it. They had plenty of guys going after it.
Yeah, they did, yeah.
But not one Salem Tiger seemed to know where that ball was. And Mountain Grove pounced on it, and it was an easy touchdown. And it's been just nothing but the Burgundy team here tonight. They have done about everything they wanted to do. Well, maybe with the exception, they got onside kick. They recovered a fumble.
Yep.
They've got a block punt in the end zone for a touchdown. They've thrown 5 touchdown passes. Ran one in. But the only thing they haven't done back is a punt return or kickoff return.
True. That's true. They almost had a pick six.
They almost had a pick six.
Yeah.
Not often does lineman get to recover the ball in the end zone for a touchdown. I bet Hunter Means is probably wanting to keep that ball. 48-0 with 3:56 to go in the first half. Gardner ready to kick off. And the kick comes down. Metcalf will take it at the 6. Metcalf, a little stutter step, gets out to the 24. And Salem will have it 1st and 10 at that location. Rick, I have seen a lot of different things in high school ball. I don't think I've ever seen a team not know where the ball was.
Yeah, true.
And I'm not saying that in making light of
way.
Salem.
Right.
They're looking down the field for the ball, and you had to hear it hit something, though, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Or somebody's going to yell blocked or something.
Yeah, but no Tigers seem to know the ball. You could have fallen there for a safety, but they didn't do anything. And Du Bois is going to get taken down behind the line of scrimmage for a big loss of about 5 yards. So right now, Rick, I know that Salem's trying to play this one out, but they're going to have to try and hold on to the ball a little bit. The defense right now looks just absolutely tattered.
Yeah, you're right. Like I say, they're, of course, I don't know what, like I say, we don't do the time of possession, but I can tell you it's definitely tilted on the maroon side. I can tell you that.
Oh, it is. Actually, it may not be because some of these drives lately are very quick.
That's true.
And the clock's running like right now. So Du Bois back to throw, fires it across the middle, and incomplete. Intended for Mendenhall, but the pass was too low. Cade had to get it off quickly, but Mendenhall couldn't get down there and get that one.
Yep.
Earlier today, if you were listening, the Cardinals who had 2-0 lead in the 9th inning blew it. Gave up 6 runs, lost 6-3. Their season teeters on tomorrow night.
Yep.
They must win and force a game 3.
Yep. Tough loss today for the Cardinals. Man.
Yeah. That was a hard one to swallow.
Yep.
3rd down and about 15 to go. In the eye. Du Bois back. Just throws that ball away. There's nobody out there. And the flag goes down. Another intentional grounding. They're not a soul.
But nobody.
Even the Salem bench isn't that far down. So I don't think he can kind of try and explain his way out of that one. The flag came down. It's a loss of down. It's a penalty from the spot of the foul, and it will move back to the 5-yard line. So not only is it a loss play on 4th down of 10 yards, 10-yard loss, but then 5 on the penalty. So 4th down and, 30. And Metcalf will be in the end zone again with 2:55 to go. And a timeout called by Coach Barnes. 48-0 Mountain Grove. We're going to come back in 30 seconds. This is Tiger Football on KSMO Media.
This is Mike Elliott from Town & Country Insurance. As an independent agent, we shop many different companies, allowing us to find the best value for our clients. Town & Country Insurance has been serving South Central Missouri since 1963. We have offices in Salem, Rolla, Licking, and Mountain Grove, and would welcome an opportunity to show you what we can do for you. Stop by 400 West Scenic Rivers Boulevard, located inside the Town & Country Bank, or you can call our office at 729-6624.
.255 to go in the half. It's been all Panthers, and right now, Rick, they've already blocked one punt. And it looks like Stokes might be punting this one.
Yeah, he is, isn't it? Yep. Yeah, it is.
Going to the back of the end zone. Gets it off quickly, but it's a short kick. Going to go out of bounds. No. At about the 11-yard line. So the punt of 11 yards.
1, 2, 3.
That's
5-yard punt, ain't it?
No, they're back at the 5.
What's they at the 5? Okay.
Yeah. So 11-yard punt. Mountain Grove has the ball at the 16-yard, well, I'm going to mark it 17-yard line. Had to get that off in a hurry. Didn't want to get it blocked again, and so in doing so, got it off, but the ball came down and then bounced out of bounds, hit down and went lateral. That's never a good thing. Elliott, a quarterback, hands that ball off to Preston Meddy, and Meddy spins for flags that go down. 2 flags that are down, at least 3 flags that are going down. Everybody's throwing their flags into the pile.
There's 2 more referees that's got to throw yet.
Well, they can't throw that far.
Wow. Flag.
Everything is flying right into that pile. A gain of about 3, maybe 4, but 3 flags flew into that pile.
True.
I'll be interested. Holding against Mountain Grove. And that's it?
Everybody seen the same hold?
Holding Mountain Grove. That's it.
Okay.
I'm not sure about that one. That one flag came in really much later after the first one, so, but we'll take it. 10 yards back.
10 yards, yeah.
Move the ball back to the 21-yard line.
26, Dan.
26 yard, excuse me. Tyson Elliott. I was looking down at Tyson Elliott running in from the 21-yard line, so sorry about that. Vaughn goes wide to the right. Coming wide to the left side is Destin Unger. And they continue to throw, and again, they'll run up the middle. Meddy trying to break against the grain. It'll go down to 20. A gain of 6. Well, the Panthers comes away limping a little bit. 2nd down and about 3.5. With 2:15 and counting left to go in the half. 48-0 Mountain Grove. And Salem has Rick giving them very good field position. I think their last 4 touchdowns, they've not even been beyond the 42.
I don't think so. Yep.
So Mountain Grove has had to go very short fields to score. And they've been doing it mostly in the air. They're going to hand this one off, though, trying to turn that corner and get to the outside, and getting hauled down by Ingram, and the flag's going to go down as there's been some extracurricular activities. As Meddy goes down behind the line for a loss of about a yard. That's the first time Salem's gotten the guy behind the line, but then a little extracurricular activity down around the 7. And a holding call on Mountain Grove. I don't think that's the one that's down far. Holding against Mountain Grove. He's taking the holding call back. Now, are they going to put the personal foul then?
Yeah.
Now, let's see. I haven't seen the white hat do the personal foul yet. The holding flag came in behind the line of scrimmage, Rick, so they moved the ball back.
Gotcha.
So it was a loss of 4 and a 10-yard penalty.
But the flag at the 7 stand is what I was wondering.
Nothing's happened.
Yeah.
And I know that wasn't the same thing.
No.
In motion, trying to turn to the outside is number 21, Glenn. And Glenn reverses field. More flags come flying in. And he goes down the sideline, and he's going to cut back against the grain, get down to about the 5, but that's all going to come back. Gain of about 22. That would be very close to a first down there. So maybe a gain of closer to 25, but the flags go down behind the line of scrimmage again.
Yeah. Like he signaled a block in the back, stands what it looks like.
I saw a push.
Yeah, I think that's what he got.
Is that the one?
Yeah.
And another 10-yard penalty.
Yeah, block in the back.
So a loss of 2 yards and then 10-yard penalty. So now, though, Mountain Grove is back to the 44-yard line. So they have 20-plus yards in penalties and then losses of another 10 because of the penalties being thrown behind the line.
Yeah.
So Vaughn goes wide to the right side. Back to throw. Finally, some pressure. They set the screen up very nicely. Getting that pass is Dominic Pelagi. Pelagi still on his feet. Will get to about the 23-yard line. A gain of about 20 yards. No flag, but still short of the first down.
Yeah, I've seen some pretty good side, pretty big numbers staying pretty far downfield right there.
Yeah,
I did see that too.
Yeah. That's not downfield, is it?
I guess you can do that on a screen.
Not that far downfield.
That's what I thought.
Not till the runner gets that far downfield. 3rd and 18. Hand off to Meddy. Meddy trying to get to the outside. Cunningham gets a piece of it. Tigers can't bring him down. Still on his feet to about the 16-yard line. Be a gain of about 6, and that's going to do it. Unless they call timeout. And did they? They did. Somebody called timeout. Mountain Grove did with 3 seconds left. So Mountain Grove calls timeout with 3 seconds left, leading at 48-0. They're probably going to try a field goal here, Rick. We're just going to keep it right here. Remind everybody of Missouri Tiger football tomorrow morning, 11 o'clock. They'll be at Florida to take on the Gators. And we'll have that contest right here on KSMO. And then tomorrow night, we will have for you Cardinal baseball. It'll possibly be the final game of the year. If they can't beat Philadelphia, they'll take on the Phillies. 7:30 is the game time, actually 7:37.
Yeah.
And 6:30 the pregame show on KSMO Radio. That's tomorrow. Join us for that. So Gardner's going to try, from the indication of his spot, a 33-yard field goal. A big kid.
Yeah, he is.
33-yard field goal attempt.
6'2".
Yeah. Let's see. Vaughn will hold. Snap is back. The kick is up, and the kick is good. He made it. 33-yard field goal for Gardner as time expires here in the half. And the Mountain Grove Panthers in this first half have racked up 51 points to lead the Salem Tigers 51-0. Been a rough night for the undermanned Tigers, and you know, Rick, you talk about a game like this, and it can be very demoralizing. You know, going into it, you're missing some of your better players, and to compete with a Mountain Grove Panthers team, you know you're going to have your best players. But, you know, watching them continue to throw the ball and stuff, when they know that Salem is undermanned, it kind of almost embarrasses me to have to watch them do that.
Yeah, that's right. You know, and even like you say, I mean, I know it's practice, like you say, for the field goal, but I kind of question that a little bit myself.
51-0, Mountain Grove on top. We're going to come back in 3 minutes with some stats from the first half when we return. This is Tiger football. We are watching it on KSMO Media and listening to it on KSMO Radio AM 1340 and FM 95.7. Back in 3 minutes, it's Tiger football on KSMO Media.
No matter what, every morning, farmers go to work, doing what needs done. The work is unforgiving. The days are long. Real long. They nurture, they grow, they harvest. When the day is done, sell the fruits of your labor to your neighbors on Town Street.
When I meet a new loan customer, I try to drop everything that I was working on prior to them coming in my office and focus directly on what their needs are at the time, whether it be a new car, their first house. I focus directly on what they are telling me and what they are needing. And it doesn't matter if it's a small $1,000 loan or a $200,000 house. I try to treat every client the same.
Sorry, Dad.
Sure, you could get him a new car. You could also light a pile of money on fire. Because as long as Mr. It wasn't my fault takes the wheel on occasion, maintaining this car is your best option. So keep it running longer, stronger, with quality parts and a whole lot of Napa know-how.
Dad, where are you going?
Relationships. It's not just being on a first-name basis. It's a partnership built on trust. This is Scott Ball, president of the Bank of Salem. Since 1883, the Bank of Salem has been serving our local community with the kind of personal service and professionalism that builds relationships. We've earned the trust of our customers with over a century of strength and stability, never once changing our name or compromising customer service. Stop by one of our 2 locations in Salem, visit our website, or download our free mobile app. The Bank of Salem, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Healthy Dent County and Titan Paving and Drainage present Casino Night at the Salem Community Center at the Armory on Saturday, November 5th. Blackjack, craps, roulette, and Texas Hold'em. Each person receives $10,000 in gaming cash for prizes to draw for at the end of the night. Advance tickets are on sale now. Dress in Kentucky Derby attire to add a little more fun to the event. Enjoy a night of professional casino action and fun while supporting your local community. For more information, call 729-8163.
I'm Dr. Tiffany Bland with Salem Memorial District Hospital. Recently, there have been many changes within our local clinics and hospitals, and you may find yourself looking for a new provider for your children. At SMDH, we would like to reach out to the community to let you know that we do see patients of all ages. Most of our providers are family practice, which means that we have been trained to see well child visits as well as sick visits. Salem Memorial District Hospital. Every patient, every encounter, every time.
On your score sheet.
Welcome back to Mountain Grove, Missouri. It is Friday night football, but it's been pretty much one-sided here as the Salem Tigers, who have quite a few players out with some injuries, and they are down by a score of 51-0 here in the first half. And so the Tigers, Rick, we watched the Mountain Grove Panthers come out. We really thought they'd be running the ball a lot more than they did. That's not what they did. Tyson Elliott came out and started throwing the ball immediately and really stuck to that game plan. I don't know. Brandon Rogers, I know, liked to throw the ball when he was quarterback. And I remember him more as a basketball player than I do as a football player because at that time when he was playing, the Tigers and the Mountain Grove Panthers, they were running teams.
They were running,
and I know he liked to throw the ball occasionally, but this one almost going above and beyond, I would think, expectations against an undermanned team, and which is kind of one of our discussions is, okay, I get that you need to still do the things and run some of your plays, but it seemed like they're almost kind of trying to rub it in.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's bad enough. You're undermanned, but
right.
You don't want to embarrass a team, and it seems like Mountain Grove is kind of set on kind of doing that.
And you're right. And like I say, and usually what happens in those situations, Stan, and we've seen it before, is usually if that happens to you sometime down the line, that can turn around, can come back and get you. And that's, and that's just the way that this goes. I mean, I'm kind of like you. I thought that, thought we might be seeing some different players.
Sure.
Maybe toward the end of the second quarter there, but we did not, and they continued, like you say, they didn't come out and start to run the ball. They kept throwing the ball, this whole first half.
And then getting near the end of the half, and then calling a timeout to get a field goal. Yeah, to a point, you want to try a field goal. I get it. You need to know if your guy can kick one, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but still, when you're already ahead 48-0, you could actually set that up in the third quarter or fourth quarter, and then just let them kick a field goal. You don't have to wait until there's no pressure kicking a field goal when it's 48-0.
That's true. That's true.
You miss it. You miss it. You don't. It's not a big deal. And again, I'm not criticizing the Mountain Grove Panthers. What I guess I'm saying is that I just didn't anticipate them to keep putting the throttle to the floor against a team that's giving them short fields, and then all of a sudden it starts to get really chippy here.
Yeah.
And when
you don't want that to happen.
As you said, Rick, somewhere down the road it can come back to you. But we've always liked the Mountain Grove Salem collisions. I always call them collisions because they were train wrecks at times.
Yeah.
Because these two teams just used to battle each other and beat on each other, and it was good old smash mouth football. And, right now Mountain Grove has the upper hand, and that's been very evident. But they have some very good athletes who are making it very easy for them to kind of do this to Salem Tigers. These guys are very competitive, and I appreciate that. And I'm hoping that our Tiger players don't take this personal.
Yeah.
So, and that's another thing. And these are freshmen and sophomores. They're not seniors. They're not juniors. That can come back. When I look at the Mountain Grove Panther lineup here, Rick, and I see they have 13 seniors.
Yeah, 13
and
seniors.
They have another 10 juniors.
Yeah.
Well, we don't have that many. We have 4 seniors, and I think 5 juniors. So not many at all.
Not many. Yeah.
Obviously, again, the score indicative of what is going on right now. You're actually having a varsity team. And I won't say playing against a JV team because Salem's better than that. But the idea is that they're playing against an undermanned team, and it's just very difficult to try and do that against kids who are used to playing at a different speed and level than you are. Well, Rick, we got some stats for the people. Why don't we go ahead and give them those stats? Salem Tigers, we'll just go ahead and give them the Salem ones first. The offense has struggled all year long. Last week we got 33 points against Willow Springs, and there were a lot of positives that came out of some of the offensive side stuff. But then tonight, with some of the players out, with Wyatt Campbell not in there, we have some other players, Chandler not in there. Some of these guys not in the game really have hurt the Tigers in trying to get that offense going.
Yeah, you're right, Stan, and that's that's
and
what
Josh Owen too. Excuse me.
And you're exactly right, and Josh Owen also. So, and if we'll kind of go over the stats here for the Salem Tigers. Like you say, we've not a whole lot of offenses. We're talking here as Cade Du Bois had 11 carries for minus 17 yards. Ray Cunningham had 2 carries for minus 1 yards. Ruben Hubby-Stan had 5 carries for just 13 yards. So Salem ended up in the hole of a minus 5 yards of rushing in this first half.
Ouch.
Yes. Yeah.
Ouch.
And in the air, Caden put the ball up 9 times. He completed 1 pass. 4 yards, so Salem just ends up with a negative 1 yard of offense in this first half.
Rough.
Yes.
It's rough.
Yeah. It and on the other side, like you say, it's a totally different ball game, and you can see the total domination here by the Mountain Grove Panthers. As their leading carrier is going to be Preston Medistan. He's got 7 carries for 44 yards. Holland Glenn's got 2 carries for 14 yards. Sam Peterson's got 1 carry for 2 yards, and then Devin Martin had 1 carry for 6 yards. So they ended up with 66 yards of rushing in this first half. In the air, Stan.
Yeah, well, I mean, but even 66 yards of rushing in the first half, and they've had some of those called back.
Yeah, and so like I say, penalties and and stuff like that. So I mean, that's that's where that all comes about. And then in the passing game, Mr. Elliott Stan has put the ball up 20 times, and he's completed 17 of those passes for 303 yards. So they ended up with 369 yards of offense in this first half.
Ouch.
Yes.
Ouch. 369 yards. And yet, when you look at the amount of first downs that they got, Rick, they only got 8.
So that shows you the short field.
Super short fields.
Short fields.
And you're talking about, we're talking about fields starting as low as the 12-yard line.
Yeah,
that's
true.
And actually, the one at the 12-yard line got backed up a couple times with penalties.
Wow.
So they actually,
That's true.
They actually didn't score. They actually scored a field goal on that one. But nonetheless, the Mountain Grove Panthers have taken advantage of some short fields, and they've taken advantage of a couple different plays. I think one, obviously, Rick, they got the S-step pass to start things out just 52 seconds in the game. And when that happened, you could kind of see it already happen. Then they came out, and you could they planned to go for that onside kick.
Yeah.
And no Tiger player went toward the ball. The ball came down and just sat there, and it was easy recovery for Mountain Grove. And then it really started to spiral a little bit at that time. But we're going to tell people about the scoring here in just a moment. 50 yards in penalties for Mountain Grove on 5 penalties. They did have 2 turnovers in the game, so the Tigers did force a couple turnovers, and they did finish with 8 first downs. The Salem Tigers, they had 2 first downs. They did fumble the ball 1 time, and they had 4 penalties for a total of 27 yards. We're going to take another 3-minute break and come back. We're going to give you the scoring in this one. And Mountain Grove, it's been all Panthers here in this one, and I mean really all Panthers in this first half as we go to halftime with them leading it by a score of 51-0. We're going to come back in 3 minutes. This is Tiger Football on KSMO Media.
Duncan Family Chiropractic provides chiropractic care to everyone from newborn to elderly. Dr. Duncan treats wellness, sports injuries, chronic ear infections, pregnancy, and more. Ask Dr. Duncan about your full line of supplements, including Juice Plus and standard processed supplements, as well as pain relief, BioFreeze products.
If you have the audacity to believe a financial advisor should talk with you, not at you.
If you believe access to your financial advisor should be a right, not a privilege.
Join the nearly 7 million investors who think like you do. FaceTime and Think Time make a difference.
Join us.
Join us.
At Edward Jones, it's how we make sense of investing.
I am a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent, and I'm here to talk about life, your dreams, your work, your family, and how you can protect it all with a company that will talk to you with the honesty of a farmer and take care of you with the integrity of a neighbor. I'll make sure no detail is left uncovered so your family can breathe easy. Because just like you, I chose to build a life in Missouri too. I'm a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent, and I'm from Missouri for life.
There's a place for do-it-yourselfers with everything for your car or truck.
Find these great deals at K&H Auto Supply. Parts in a conventional oil, 5-quart size, and a MicroGuard filter for $25.99. Free all-penetrating oil for $9.99. And True Fuel Premix 2-cycle fuel, 2 for $15. That's at K&H Auto Supply right here in Salem.
Park City. Yeah, Park City. Park City.
Every project is different, which is why Salem Truss uses modern engineering software to design, then construct quality trusses for your home, barn, or business. The size of the job doesn't matter, but the quality of the work does, which is why Salem Truss will deliver their trusses anywhere. Proud to support the Salem community, they're open Monday through Thursday from 7:30 to 4:30 and Friday from 7:30 until 11. For more information, call Salem Truss at 729-9276.
Southwest Baptist University campus in Salem provides quality higher education close to home for residents of Dent County and the surrounding areas. The classes at SBU Salem campus are taught in the afternoon and evenings, making a degree attainable for people who are in the workforce or can't afford to go off to get a degree. We offer degrees in nursing, which is an RN Bridge program, elementary education. For more information on the degrees and programs, please contact admissions counselor Chris Welch to schedule an appointment as a prospective or returning student.
You to enjoy for years to come. Mr. V, Mr. D, and Mrs. V want to say thank you on behalf of the band family and that you will be missed more than you know. Let's hear it again for the 2022-2023.
Welcome back to Mountain Grove, Missouri. Stan Stevens, Rick Hoyt with you here, and the KSMO media team. And it's been a rough night for the Salem Tigers as Mountain Grove has come out and, as we mentioned, kind of went immediately to a passing game, and I don't think anybody really anticipated that. And the Salem Tigers, you know, I think caught them off guard totally, and what they were trying to do. But Mountain Grove defense played well. They came in, they started putting the pressure on Caden Du Bois. Created a turnover and took advantage of an onside kick. And the Salem Tigers got behind early, and really at that point, you were watching Mountain Grove then just kind of pin the Tigers back in their own zone. They never even got across the 50-yard line in the second quarter. They did in the first quarter, but they just couldn't get over there. And got to give Mountain Grove credit. They have played a very good football game, but they are, again, outmanning the Salem Tigers big time here at home. Let's go ahead and start the scoring. The Salem Tigers did win the coin toss, by the way. They did defer. That's about as far as that went. I mean, in all honesty, that was about the biggest positive of the first half, besides a couple of fumble recoveries. And it didn't take Mountain Grove long. One play drive. S-step, 59-yard pass from Elliott down the field. He goes in. Gardner's point after was good, actually second play, excuse me. Yeah. And that was 52 seconds into the ball game. On the ensuing kickoff, Mountain Grove kicked an onside kick. They just did a little lofty, little light kick in the air. It went past the front five, and the Salem Tigers' second level did not move up on the ball, and Mountain Grove came in, actually picked the ball up on a bounce. Yep. And tried to advance it to the end zone. You cannot advance an onside kick, not unless it's touched by a Salem Tiger player. And so they recovered that ball at the 38-yard line. It did take him 5 plays, and then Glenn a 2-yard pass from Elliott. His second touchdown pass at the 9:36 mark. Point after by Gardner was good. It was 14-0. Tigers then got a little bit of something going. Were able to move the ball a little bit, but unfortunately they fumbled the ball. And with 2:46 left, a one-play drive, a 39-yard pass from Elliott to Glenn. He took it in. The point after was missed, and it was 20-0 after one quarter play. Didn't take very long in the second quarter. If the Tiger offense, again, just really could not maintain anything of any kind of consequence. And after the punt, the Mountain Grove Panthers walked down the field, a 5-play drive. Vaughn, 8-yard pass from Elliott. Point after was good, 27-0 at the 11:48 mark of the second quarter. Then at the 8:46 mark, Martin a 6-yard run, and he took that one in. Pretty much on a little, I guess I would say a little bit of a counterplay. One of the few times we actually saw them run the ball near the end zone. Yeah. And he went in from 6 yards out. Gardner's point after was good, 34-0. And then at the 7:21 mark, after the Tigers again punted, they got trapped deep after a penalty on the kickoff, and they punted, and the Tigers threw 3 passes, so there's no time going off the clock whatsoever. Mountain Grove got the ball to the 31-yard line. It was a one-play drive. Vaughn, a 31-yard pass from Elliott. All Vaughn did was go in motion, went from his left to his right,
Elliott threw him about a 9-yard pass, and he ran it in for 31 yards out. Gardner's point after made it 41-0. And then the 3:52 mark, Means fell on the punted ball in the end zone, and Hunter gets the touchdown as Metcalf had the punt blocked. It came back in the end zone, and not that we could see. It didn't look like Salem Tigers even knew the ball was back there, and Hunter Means fell on it. It's a touchdown for them. Gardner's point after made it 48-0, and then as time expired in the first half, a Gardner 33-yard field goal made it 51-0. And as Rick mentioned, the yardage, 363 yards to basically about 10 for Salem, give or take. But for the most part, we're trying to keep them out of the negative because they have had a lot of plays where they have lost yards, and there's not much the Tigers offense has been able to do tonight against the Mountain Grove defense. So first off, kudos to the Mountain Grove defense. They've been in the backfield. They've chased down the Tiger players. They have not given them hardly any room at all to move. They have been smothering tonight, Rick. We've known Mountain Grove's defense to be very hard-hitting in the past.
Yep.
It's not so much they're hard-hitting right now. They are just filling every hole that's out there, and the Salem Tigers cannot find a new one to generate any kind of offense.
No, you're right. Like you say, they're just coming up the line of scrimmage stand, and they're just packing the line of scrimmage, and they're putting 8 guys up there, and they're playing our receivers man to man. But there's no sense in them being back there because there's no way that Caden even has enough time to even throw the ball. So I mean, they're putting the pressure up the middle, and they're not thinking that Salem's going to be able to do anything else. So we'll just put the pressure on the middle, and that's exactly what they've done to shut the Tiger down.
Well, and you're right. Caden does not have much time to throw the ball. And when he has had a little time, though, his passes have not been on the mark. And that I know he had Evan Mendenhall open, and he threw the ball at his feet. Yep. But, again, he had to get rid of it kind of quick, but he had time to throw that ball. Yep. He has had a couple of chances, and where the Tigers have missed the ball, I think went through Caleb Ingram's arms, et cetera. So, we've had a couple of drops, and maybe some passes should have been caught. But overall, though, Caden has been on the run for his life back there because Mountain Grove has blitzed off the end, and then they've had some inside blitzes coming through. So it's not like, the Tigers aren't trying. They are. But if you don't have the horses up front to give your quarterback at least a 3 count.
At least,
you're not going to be able to really get much offense going. And you got to give that offensive line time to also block and open up some holes. Because right now, Mountain Grove is filling those. And they know right now, too, they can come with basically 8 or 9 guys. And you've got 4 guys on that line trying to stop 8 or 9 guys, and it's not going to happen.
No, it's not.
Just not. 51-0. We are at halftime. Don't forget, we'll be at home to face the Mountain View Liberty Eagles next week. It's homecoming, and we hope you can make it out there and support your Tigers. That's next Friday night at the Bill Schuchart Stadium at SHS High School. We also want to remind everybody our Lady Tigers are going to be at Licking tomorrow in a volleyball tournament. We wish them the best. Last time they were in a tournament, they won it at Kabul. Let's hope that they can repeat that. And then next week, those Lady Tigers, they're going to get tired. They're going to have Plato in town on Monday. We'll have that one 5:30 JV action, and then the varsity match to follow, the play-by-play with the varsity. And that'll be aired here on KSMO Radio as well as on KSMO Media. On Tuesday, depending upon what the Cardinals do, and they're going to have to win 2 in a row here, but depending on what the Cardinals do, we'll have more Lady Tiger volleyball, and that's going to be coming up Tuesday night, 5 o'clock, that game, because Mountain View will have a JV 9th grade game. And then on Thursday, we have Mountain Grove coming to town. As of right now, that's just a JV and varsity starting at 5:30. All those on KSMO Media. It's going to be a busy week.
Busy week.
Yeah. Busy. Yeah. We're about ready for the second half kickoff. As Gardner will have the honors. Metcalf deep down at about the 11-yard line. And the kick lined right at him. Scoots up right at him, and Jamal with a nice catch there.
It was.
20, 25, 30, breaks through. Jamal down the sideline, gets to the 50-yard line, and he's being chased down by Gardner, who throws him down out of bounds, and a flag goes down. We haven't seen any of those lately.
That may have been a horse collar, Stan.
I think it might have been out of bounds,
okay.
though, Rick.
Yeah. Kind of went down kind of awkward out there, didn't he?
A nice return.
It was.
Almost 60 yards.
Yep.
Now, it depends upon where they're going to spot him when he went out of bounds. More
Looks like they're
closer,
gonna spot him at the
closer
39,
to about the
yeah.
50. Yeah, about a 51 yard. So he did run out of bounds another 8 or 9 yards. Personal foul, face mask. Horse collar. Okay, yep. So the Tigers will get another 15 out of that and move down to the 24-yard line, their deepest penetration in Mountain Grove territory tonight. So just underway here in the third quarter. Salem down by 51. Nice run by Jamal coming right up and making that turn. Handoff up the middle to Hovey. Hovey still on his feet, breaks the tackle, still to the outside, still going. And Hovey gets inside the 15 for a first down, a gain of 12. That's what I was talking about the other night. Gets hit, bounces off, gets hit, bounces off.
Kept them legs churning there, didn't he?
He did.
Yeah, that was a nice run. Ruben wasn't going to go down with the first hit. That was definitely going to happen for him.
And Mountain Grove has made some player personnel changes, which we expected them to do. Du Bois under center. Hand off again to Hovey, and Hovey will dive forward for about a yard. That ball might have come out, Rick.
I see a flag come down in there too, Stan.
Looked like the ball might have been in the air. I think Hovey still had it, but he's kind of looking up in the air. A face mask call against Mountain Grove.
Okay.
So that'll move the ball down from the 13-yard line to about the 6. So the Panthers, now it's 71 yards in penalties on the night. So it's first down and about 4. We've had that already.
Here we go, first and 4.
Ball at the 6-yard line. Tigers in the eye to give it to Hovey again, and Hovey will get to the 5, maybe roll over to the 4.
Okay.
Going to spot him down at the, well, one guy does the 5, one guy does the 4.
In between.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll call it 4.5.
Okay.
Gain of 2, second down and 2. Friday Night Football on KSMO Media. Thank you for being part of our evening. Tigers trying to get on the board here in the second half. Just underway after about a 51-yard return by Metcalf. And that dive up the middle should be very close to a first down.
Real close.
Cunningham, just short game, but I think he's got the first down.
Going to call him short, Stan?
I don't know. I guess they are.
Okay.
They are going to say 3rd and inches. It looks like he's on the 3, and that's where the stake is, on the 3. So I don't know how he could be short, but we're not at a good angle to tell.
True.
All right, so Tigers back in that I formation, 3rd and inches, and here comes Mountain Grove, and they jump offside. And that will give them a first down. The entire Panther team is what they say. I don't think all of them went offside.
I think whatever Caden said, they all went off whatever he said.
Free food.
They all come. Yeah.
The Tigers trying to get on the board for the first time tonight here at Mountain Grove. Du Bois takes it forward, and he is in for the touchdown. At the 7:27 mark of this third quarter, Caden Du Bois goes in from 2 yards away. Or we'll make it 3. We need the extra yardage.
Put him at the 3? Okay.
Yeah, let's go 3.
I got you.
Salem will go for 2. Single receivers to the right and left. Back to throw. Fires it across. The ball was tipped, and it's picked off in the end zone. by number 18, Alex Kumpala. And so the two-point conversion fails. And it's now 51-6.
Yeah. Does INT go on stats, Stan? Since it's
not really. It's just two-point conversion fails. So Salem on the board. 8 straight scores for Mountain Grove before the Tigers finally get there first.
Yep.
But this is all part of the learning process. And so it's good. It's the Tigers took advantage of some penalties here. But, you know, one of the nice things, Rick, and I know you missed it last week, with Wyatt Cunningham taking a kickoff back all the way. And now here, Jamal Metcalf with a nice return.
It was a nice return to come out in the second half. Yeah, it was.
So that can be part of your offense.
That's, I mean, you just
some strategy there.
Got to have somewhere positive somewhere.
Absolutely.
You're right, Stan.
Absolutely. So Stokes will be kicking off to Mountain Grove. And we'll be interested to see who they send out for quarterback.
Yeah, I may have to flip my sheet.
Yeah, I believe you may have to flip your sheet.
That's okay. I can do that.
Looks like they're short a player.
Say this.
They're short a player. They got only 10 on the field.
There comes another one.
Okay, finally got, yes. Well, now they're going to be short a player again. He doesn't know where to go. He's just going to stop.
There, just stop. Yeah.
And the kick by Stokes comes down, taken at the 28-yard line and trying to advance forward for Mountain Grove. Wearing number 9, and that is Trace DeVries.
Okay.
So the ball at the 39-yard line of Mountain Grove, 1st and 10.
Okay, Stan.
And let's find out who they're going to have out there.
True, right? I agree with you.
Well, DeVries is going to come wide to the left side or check out.
He's going to check out.
So he's going to check out. So he's in the huddle. This should be a penalty, but they won't call it.
No.
I'm pretty sure. Down to 3 seconds on the time clock. And they finally do get it off. And the handoff, a nice run to the outside, trying to turn that corner. And going out of bounds, number 28, and that's Devin Martin. So Aiden Estep in at quarterback, number 7.
Flag on the play,
and
too,
flag is down. And well, they did call it, Rick.
Did they call it?
legal
Okay.
procedure, yeah.
Okay.
It's actually an illegal substitution, but we'll take it. It's the same idea.
Yeah.
But why did they let them run the play?
Yeah, the play should have been stopped. Yeah, I agree with you there.
But they did throw the flag as the man was in the huddle. That's 12 men in the huddle, and that's not allowed.
No. Well, you're not supposed to do that.
No, so it's not a false start. That's why we call it a false start or illegal procedure. It is ineligible man on field. So anyway, nonetheless. So Estep at quarterback. And Martin is the single setback. I see they try again. Same idea, same play. Coming around the outside and getting a dead-on hit. Getting out to the 41-yard line, a gain of 6. And that's number 29, Sam Peterson, on the inside handoff.
Okay.
Gain of 6, second down, still about 9 to go. Down to 3:03 left in the third quarter, 51-6. Panthers on top. Estep at quarterback. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. And Estep keeping it himself, trying to get to the outside, and he's going to see a wall of white jerseys and gets taken down at about the 46-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5. And it'll bring up 3rd down and 3. Or maybe 2. Well, 3. They look like they're going to move it up to the 47-yard line, but they spot him back at the 46, 3rd and 3. Third quarter action from Mountain Grove. Oh, sorry about that.
That's okay.
I'm strangling you right there. S-step in the gun, waiting. Gets it, hands that ball off, and oh, a little flag went down. And false start.
Yep. Another 5-yard penalty stand.
Yeah, right as Martin was going by.
Yeah.
Tiger Joe Griffith reached out and just stopped him by the horse collar. Yeah, that's not. No, that's not. That's.
I thought he was going to get flagged.
Oh, I did too. He just stopped him in his tracks. He just kind of picked him up. You're not going anywhere. Hope you don't think you're running by me here, dude. 10 seconds left on the play clock, down to 1:26 to go in the third quarter. S-step hanging that ball off. The Tigers do get quickly on Peterson. He'll gain about 3. It'll bring up 4th down, and I think Mountain Grove may have to punt.
It'll be their first one if they do, Stan.
It would be. But then again, they may go for it.
I think they're going to go for it.
Why not? When you're only up 51-6. Down to a minute to go here in this
third quarter.
The third quarter. Yeah. Well, they are going to punt. They're going to drop back.
Okay.
Braden Huey. Okay. Huey.
Okay.
H-A-U-G-H-E-I. Ooh. Snap is a high one, comes back, and Metcalf will let it bounce. It'll get inside the 20 to about the 15 and rolls to the 13. That ball just keeps rolling and down to about the 13-yard line. That's a heck of a punt.
It was a good punt.
Got the nice roll here on the turf. 34 seconds left, and they stopped the clock, and I'm not sure why. Change possession?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
I don't know either.
Every guy that runs that clock runs it different. Now they started it again.
Yeah, they told them to. Yeah.
Very good. Salem 1st and 10. The ball at their own 13-yard line. Nice touchdown by Du Bois, getting the Tigers on the board. Down to 18 seconds left in the third quarter. Du Bois to Hovey. Hovey, nice run to the outside, still on his feet, gets up to near the 20-yard line, a gain of 6. Bring up 2nd down and 4 as we go to the fourth quarter. 51-6, Mountain Grove on top. Back in a minute. This is Tiger Football on KSMO Media.
Southtown Furniture. Southtown, where the bargains are. We've got everything from furniture to appliances. Quality floor covering. We won't be undersold, you'll see. To you, that is our guarantee. Southtown Furniture, where the bargains are.
Your legacy. Protect it, prosper, and pass it on. Stephen Patterson, attorney at law, specializes in real estate planning, probate, family law, and business law. A Salem native, Stephen Patterson provides comprehensive representation to clients throughout southern Missouri. If you need assistance, contact Stephen Patterson, attorney at law, at 573-453-2529.
I just hand the ball off to Hubby.
I would too. Oh, you can give it to Cunningham.
Yeah, Cunningham a little bit. Yeah.
Getting ready for that fourth quarter. Hey, don't forget, we want to thank all our sponsors that make it possible for us to bring you Tiger football. We're going to do that right after this play as the Tigers line up in the eye. Just underway here in the fourth quarter. And Hovey does get the handoff. He's trying to go up the middle, trying to get that necessary yardage. He'll get a 2 up to the 21. It'll bring up 3rd down and still 3. Those wonderful sponsors we have that allow us to bring you Tiger football, our Dent County Vet Clinic, JD Automotive, Hometown Mechanical, Align by Design Chiropractic. Of course, all the commercials that you hear on KSMO during the game and our video that you see, and the Ozark overhead door with our scorebug. I want to thank all of them for making it possible for us to bring you Tiger athletics and events on KSMO Media. Inside handoff. Cunningham very close to the first down. The extra battle. I think Hovey gave him a little extra push.
I think he did. I think that helped.
And enough for the first down. Tigers keep on hanging on to that ball at the 24-yard line. The ball just across the 24. Needed to get 3, got 3 and a foot.
And that, yeah.
Metcalf comes wide to the left. Tigers might want to throw it here.
Might try it.
And Du Bois, nope, going to hand that ball off. And Cunningham will dive forward for a couple. Get out to the 32-yard line. Second down, we're going to call it 8. Salem Tigers and the Mountain Grove Panthers. Here in Mountain Grove on the artificial surface.
Yeah.
As I mentioned, I was not aware they had artificial surface.
I think that's new this year.
I believe it might be. Hovey up the middle, a good tackle made by Mountain Grove's number 65 as he by him, Ethan Archuleta. And I'll tell you what, if he doesn't make that tackle, Hovey was gone.
Because
he hit that hole, and Hovey started going right through it. He has to check out.
Yep.
I think he got
banged
pulled
up.
down on
Yeah.
that one pretty hard. Yeah, he had seen an opening, and he was ready to sprint through it.
True.
So third, and we're going to call it 5 for Salem. They check Metcalf in. Evan Mendenhall wide to the right side, Metcalf to the left. Tigers with a double tight end set. And Du Bois will hand that ball off and trying to find a little bit of running room for the Salem Tigers. Wearing number 15 is Samuel Henderson. Henderson, one of those seniors Salem Tigers has, does a lot of special teams. He's going to make it 4th down and 5. Salem's going to go for it. Actually, 4th down and about 4.
Yep.
Under 9 to go in the ball game. 51-6. Mountain Grove on top. Du Bois goes back, wants to throw. Looking deep, he's hit as he throws the ball, coming back and trying to make the catch, and pass interference is going to be called on Mountain Grove as the Tigers' Evan Mendenhall reversed his field, and he got pushed from behind by the Panther defender wearing number 18, and that is Alex Campula.
Okay.
Holding against Mountain Grove. Well, I didn't see the holding. I saw the push in the
Maybe
back.
he kind of, like I say, he may have pushed him, then kind of
Grabbed
him
on?
too. Yeah, I think so. He could have called either one. You're right. Yeah.
Well, defensive holding is 5 yards.
True.
Well, he moved at 10.
Yeah.
I used to think I knew this game. Or at least I thought I knew the penalties in this game.
There's another one. Yeah.
Change every day. From the I formation, Du Bois hands that ball off to Cunningham. First man through. He burst through for a 5-yard gain across the 45 to about the 46. Just straight up the gut. Nothing fancy, right? Just kept moving forward, kept those legs churning.
True. See that Samuel Henderson is still in for Hovey Stan.
2 receivers. Flip it back to Henderson. Trying to get to the outside. Nice cutback, and then he ran into his own man. Still able to move forward for about 3 yards. So bring up a 4th down and 2. Tried to get to the outside. I think he was looking for a block from Caleb Ingram and then kind of ran into Caleb.
Yep.
They'll bring up 3rd down and about 2. 6:55 to go. 51-6. Some other scores around the SCA we're going to have here in a little while. As Liberty leads Kabul 55-6. Ava 43-8 over Thayer. And Houston leading Willow 8-6. The handoff again to Henderson, and he kind of hesitated.
Yeah.
And it'll bring up 4th down. 6:22 to go in the ball game. 51-6 in favor of Mountain Grove. Henderson checks out.
I think Hovey checked out.
He did.
Yeah.
Cash Howard coming in for the Tigers as well.
Yep, brought the play in.
6 minutes to go. Cash. Hash. Well, Cash Howard. That's Hash. He goes wide to the right side. Hovey with a handoff. Hovey turns, spins sideways. Gets enough for the first down. You got to give that guy credit. He got turned sideways. He still kept the feet going. Rubin with an excellent second, third effort gets the first down. You know, the game
nice run, Stan.
The game might be out of reach, Rick, but I want to tell you something about Reuben Hovey. He does not stop.
No,
he could easily have sitting there going, hey, we're down 51-6.
Yeah.
I could go down here. He didn't do it. He fought for that first down.
He keeps fighting. Yep.
I like it. Give it back to him. Let's see what Reuben can do. Turns the outside of the 40-yard line. And he is pulled down another face mask. Here comes more flags. We haven't seen any tonight.
Another one? Are you kidding?
2 of them, as a matter of fact. A nice gain to the 35-yard line, and that's 17 yards.
Okay.
First down, and then a face mask.
Haven't seen many of those tonight.
No, and that's a 15-yarder. So Mountain Grove adding to their total. Rick, I tell you, last 2 games, we have really seen some chippiness.
Yeah.
And right now, 11 penalties for 106 yards. Hovey trying to turn the corner. He gets tripped up. That looked like just a trip. No tackle there. That was a leg swing, wasn't it?
I couldn't tell. Kind of looked like it. Yeah, I couldn't tell either, Stan.
Second down and 4. When you need instant replay, where is it? Second down and 4. .345 and counting in the ball game. Henderson back in, breaks a tackle, still on his feet. Gets down to about the 11. Will bring up 4th down and 1. Tigers need to get to the 10. Or 3rd down and 1, excuse me. Tigers trying to get in the end zone again. With the running clock, 51-6 right now. Mountain Grove on top. Cunningham the up man, Henderson the deep man. 3rd and a yard. Handoff to Cunningham. Spins, nice turn, gets the first down.
Nice job.
To about the 8, it'll be 1st and goal. Now the Salem Tigers have as many first downs as Mountain Grove. That's the positive part.
There you go.
Negative part, the score is not the same.
Yeah.
From the 8-yard line. Flip it back to Hovey. Hovey trying to turn that corner, and he's still on his feet. He will not go down. Hovey dives for that end zone. Gets down to the 1-yard line.
Oh, boy.
He broke 2 tackles and then did a headlong dive. That might have knocked the air out with that one. Man, I'll tell you what. And it's 2nd and goal from, they're going to mark him at the 2. Again.
Go put him at the 1, Stan.
Did they?
Yeah, put him on the 1.
By gosh, they did.
Yeah, put him on the 1.
He deserved it.
Yeah, he did. Actually, I thought he may have got inside the 1 on the dive. That was a nice run.
Supposed to mark him down where his knee is, but we'll take it.
True.
1:48 to go. They got Reuben at fullback. Yeah, I'd just give it to him. I think he's
where's this
earned
ball
it.
going? Yeah.
What do you think? Caden. Uh-oh, something's wrong, and Caden Du Bois goes in for the touchdown.
Whoops. Somebody went the wrong way, Stan.
Yeah. And Caden Du Bois takes it in from a yard out. And the Tigers get their 2nd touchdown. But, I tell you what, Rick, I told you, I know you didn't get a chance to see Reuben the other night. But, boy, I tell you, that's the kind of effort when you see that. you can build a team around that.
Yeah. Well, you know, like I say, I got to hand it to Ruben with the effort that I'm seeing here tonight with him. Like I say, the game is out of reach, but Ruben is still out there giving all he's got.
And they try and flip it down for the 2-point conversion, and it's picked off in the end zone. The 2-point conversion fails. And so the Salem Tigers trail it by a score of 51-12, and that probably is going to do it.
That may end the game
clock
right there,
is
Stan.
running.
Yeah, that may end the game right there, Stan.
And I doubt if they'll get out to get set for a kick, as this one will probably come to an end. Down to 20 seconds left. They're huddling on the sideline. Nobody in a big hurry, Rick. I don't blame them. And we're going to call this one over, even though there's still 10 seconds left on the clock. Salem Tigers will fall to Mountain Grove 51-12. They fall to 0-7 on the year and 0-5 in the SCA. We're going to come back in 3 minutes with some stats for you when we return. This is Tiger Football on KSMO Media.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Cameron Irway in Salem today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
With tax season fast approaching, you might have some questions that you need answered. If so, give the Tax Masters a call. They have over 40 years of experience and can handle all types of accounting services plus certified e-filing. Don't ever let yourself be a slave to the IRS. Come and see Jackie or Beth at Tax Masters, located at 107 West 4th Street here in Salem, or call 729-3001.
Terrell Complete Auto Care is a full-service auto repair center in Salem. They offer full-service oil changes as well as $2 discounts on Tuesdays for all ladies, and Wednesday is Senior Citizen Day. Plus, Terrell Complete Auto Care can take care of all your auto and diesel repair needs. They offer free pickup and delivery in town. James and Sheena and the staff of Terrell Complete Auto Care are proud to support the Salem Tigers.
This is Mike Elliott from Town & Country Insurance. As an independent agent, we shop many different companies, allowing us to find the best value for our clients. Town & Country Insurance has been serving South Central Missouri since 1963. We have offices in Salem, Rolla, Licking, and Mountain Grove, and would welcome an opportunity to show you what we can do for you. Stop by 400 West Scenic Rivers Boulevard, located inside the Town & Country Bank, or you can call our office at 729-6624.
No matter what, every morning, farmers go to work, doing what needs done. The work is unforgiving. The days are long, real long. They nurture, they grow, they harvest. When the day is done, sell the fruits of your labor to your neighbors on Town Screen.
When I meet a new loan customer, I try to drop everything that I was working on prior to them coming in my office and focus directly on what their needs are at the time, whether it be a new car, their first house. I focus directly on what they are telling me and what they are needing. And it doesn't matter if it's a small $1,000 loan or a $200,000 house. I try to treat every client the same.
Thank you, Ben.
We won't read the quote, but
for that stirring moment. Not the game I think anybody anticipated. We kind of knew it would still be Mountain Grove probably coming out on top. But I think, as we kind of talked about at halftime, Mountain Grove kind of came out, did a lot of different things that we didn't anticipate them doing, and then just kept doing them, and then kind of turned the game a little bit tastelessly into a bit of a romp. So Be that as it may. Every coach has their right to do it. Coach Brandon Rogers can do what he wants to do. And I know, as you said earlier, Rick, sometimes maybe 2 or 3 years down the road, this just might come back to haunt them.
Yeah.
You know, and I remember when Salem came down here. Rick, do you remember the time when it rained so much? I mean, the water here on the field was standing here. We beat them 34-0.
Yep.
And they refused to cancel the game because they were going to beat us. And I remember that. And everybody else was canceling their games, and they did not do it.
Tore the field up.
Tore the field up, yeah. Anyway, nonetheless, but 34-0, and I remember that game very well. Because you couldn't read a jersey at the end of that game. That was a real wet one. But be that as it may, let's go. Let's just keep it current.
Yeah.
And right now, Salem Tigers struggling a little bit on offense, but I liked what I saw in the second half. Grant you, it was not all the first stringers in for Mountain Grove.
Right.
But nonetheless, the effort that you're watching the kids give to get the extra yards, the extra block here and the extra block there.
Yep.
You got to start somewhere with the positives. That second half really was dominated by the Salem Tigers.
Yeah, you're right, Stan. They come out and, like I say, I've got to, if you was going to give a game ball off to the Salem Tigers, I would give it off to number 35, Ruben Hovey, tonight. I thought that the young man, he never quit, Stan. He run as hard as he could all night long, and he finally got some yardage here in the second half. But I will say that young man wouldn't go down with a first hit, and I appreciate the effort that he gave here tonight also.
And one of the things that you had to like about the second half, Rick, is the Salem Tiger offense was on the field for an extended period of time. Yeah, there was a lot of penalties in this game for Mountain Grove, but they're able to move the ball down the field, and you were able to watch them do some different things, mostly run the ball, but every now and then try a pass here or there. But to get the positive things going, get that block, show that what they're doing in practice works in a game, you know.
Yep.
And so this second half can actually be the start of something really good for the Tigers. Now, grant you, they got to play a very tough team in Mountain View Liberty next week.
Yep.
They're undefeated. That's going to be a tough one for the Salem Tigers in their homecoming. But you got to grow. And as we watch this game, this was very impressive in the second half to watch. Not impressive in the first half because Mountain Grove obviously knew the Tigers were undermanned and took advantage of it.
Total domination,
So, yeah, that was that's hard to swallow when you know a team is hurting and you're going to go out and bury them and you feel like, I don't know, maybe you owe it to them. Who knows?
I don't know. Yeah.
But, like I said, Brandon Rogers played here at Mountain Grove. He probably has some maybe not so fond memories of those Salem days.
That could be true. We don't know.
Yeah, we just don't know. But anyway, nonetheless, Mountain Grove, very impressive team tonight in that first half. They did a lot of things right, and a lot of things went right for them. So we'll just put it that way. And Rick's going to give us some stats. First off, let's get some of those stats. Which team would you like to do first?
Let's go with Salem.
Let's go with Salem.
Yeah, let's go with Salem, like you say. And I really like the second half, but they ended up with their leading carry tonight. Stan's going to be then Ruben Hovey. He come in, he had 15 carries for 72 yards. Ray Cunningham had 7 carries for 15 yards. Caden Du Bois, Stan, he ran the ball 13 times, but he ended up with negative 13 on the night. And Samuel Henderson come in and had 4 carries for 71 yards. So Salem ended up with 81 yards of rushing on the night.
Okay.
And they put the ball up, Caden put the ball up 9 times. He completed 1 pass for 4 yards, so Salem ended up with 85 total yards of offense tonight.
And let's not forget about the Metcalf returns.
Yeah.
Okay, we had a couple of nice returns by the Tigers in this game, and so don't forget about that. The return yardage now is starting to pile up a little bit for Salem after Wyatt Campbell's last week, getting that touchdown return for a touchdown. And there are also some decent returns last week. So if the return game can start getting the Tigers better field position, Rick, and they have gained something out, get a little momentum out of that offense.
A little momentum. Yep.
You never know. You can start to turn that corner.
Yeah.
Just got to – what's it going to take? I can't tell you. But right now, maybe that positiveness of being on the field for almost the entire second half definitely did the Tigers good. And their defense shut down Mountain Grove.
Yeah, just keep plugging away.
As well. How about for the Panthers, Rick?
Yeah, we'll start out with the leading carry tonight. Stan's going to be number 1. Preston Matty Stan had 7 carries for 44 yards. Sam Peterson had 3 carries for 11 yards. Holland Glenn had 2 carries for 6 yards. Devin Martin had 1 carry for 6 yards. And Aiden Eastepstan had 1 carry for 6 yards. So they ended up with 73 yards of rushing on the night.
Not what I anticipated out of Mountain Grove.
No. Not the typical Mountain Grove that we're used to.
Not at all. How about in the passing of that? So.
Yeah, in the passing game, like you say, Tyson Elliott, he was 17 for 20 for 303 yards. So they ended up with a total of 376 yards on the night.
And they didn't even try and pass in the second half.
None.
All right, very good. We're going to take a 3-minute break and come back. We're going to give you other stats from the game when we return. This is Tiger Football on KSMO Media.
Sorry, Dad.
Sure, you could get him a new car. You could also light a pile of money on fire. Because as long as Mr. It wasn't my fault takes the wheel on occasion, maintaining this car is your best option. So keep it running longer, stronger, with quality parts and a whole lot of Napa know-how.
Relationships. It's not just being on a first-name basis. It's a partnership built on trust. This is Scott Ball, president of the Bank of Salem. Since 1883, the Bank of Salem has been serving our local community with the kind of personal service and professionalism that builds relationships. We've earned the trust of our customers with over a century of strength and stability, never once changing our name or compromising customer service. Stop by one of our 2 locations in Salem, visit our website, or download our free mobile app. The Bank of Salem, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Healthy Dent County and Titan Paving and Drainage present Casino Night at the Salem Community Center at the Armory on Saturday, November 5th. Blackjack, craps, roulette, and Texas Hold'em. Each person receives $10,000 in gaming cash for prizes to draw for at the end of the night. Advance tickets are on sale now. Dress in Kentucky Derby attire to add a little more fun to the event. Enjoy a night of professional casino action and fun while supporting your local community. For more information, call 729-8163.
I'm Dr. Tiffany Bland with Salem Memorial District Hospital. Recently, there have been many changes within our local clinics and hospitals, and you may find yourself looking for a new provider for your children. At SMDH, we would like to reach out to the community to let you know that we do see patients of all ages. Most of our providers are family practice, which means that we have been trained to see well-child visits as well as sick visits. Salem Memorial District Hospital. Every patient, every encounter, every time.
Duncan Family Chiropractic provides chiropractic care to everyone from newborn to elderly. Dr. Duncan treats wellness, sports injuries, chronic ear infections, pregnancy, and more. Ask Dr. Duncan about your full line of supplements, including Juice Plus and standard processed supplements, as well as pain relief, BioFreeze products.
If you have the audacity to believe a financial advisor should talk with you, not at you.
If you believe access to your financial advisor should be a right, not a privilege.
Join the nearly 7 million investors who think like you do. FaceTime and Think Time make a difference.
Join us.
Join us.
At Edward Jones, it's how we make sense of investing.
Returning back to Mountain Grove, let's go over a few more of those stats. Mountain Grove and the Salem Tigers each had 8 first downs in this game. 2 turnovers for Mountain Grove in the form of fumbles. 1 turnover for Salem in the form of a fumble. Salem had 4 penalties, 27 yards. Mountain Grove 11 penalties for 106 yards. So lots of penalties, lots of flags in this game. And, of course, we take a look back at it. Not the cleanest played game in the world. But, again, it started to get out of hand when the score started to get out of hand, and that usually does happen in high school sports. When we do come right back on our final break, we'll come back and give you all the scoring in this one. A tale of 2 halves, as a matter of fact. And that's 3 minutes from now when we return. This is Tiger Football on KSMO Media.
If you have the audacity to believe a financial advisor should talk with you, not at you.
If you believe access to your financial advisor should be a right, not a privilege.
Join the nearly 7 million investors who think like you do. FaceTime and Think Time make a difference.
Join us.
Join us.
At Edward Jones, it's how we make sense of investing.
I am a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent, and I'm here to talk about life, your dreams, your work, your family, and how you can protect it all with a company that will talk to you with the honesty of a farmer and take care of you with the integrity of a neighbor. I'll make sure no detail is left uncovered so your family can breathe easy. Because just like you, I chose to build a life in Missouri too. I'm a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent, and I'm from Missouri for life.
There's a place for do-it-yourselfers with everything for your car or truck.
Find these great deals at K&H All Supply. Parts in a conventional oil 5-quart size and a microguard filter for $25.99. Free all-penetrating oil for $9.99. And True Fuel Premix 2-cycle fuel, 2 for $15. That's at K&H All Supply right here in Salem.
Parts City. Yeah, Parts City. Parts City.
Every project is different, which is why Salem Truss uses modern engineering software to design, then construct quality trusses for your home, barn, or business. The size of the job doesn't matter, but the quality of the work does, which is why Salem Truss will deliver their trusses anywhere. Proud to support the Salem community, they're open Monday through Thursday from 7:30 to 4:30 and Friday from 7:30 until 11. For more information, call Salem Truss at 729-9276.
Southwest Baptist University campus in Salem provides quality higher education close to home for residents of Dent County and the surrounding areas. The classes at SBU Salem campus are taught in the afternoon and evenings, making a degree attainable for people who are in the workforce or can't afford to go off to get a degree. We offer degrees in nursing, which is an RN bridge program, elementary education. For more information on the degrees and programs, please contact admissions counselor Chris Welch to schedule an appointment as a prospective or returning student.
Southtown Furniture. Southtown, where the bargains are. We've got everything from furniture to appliances. Quality floor covering. We won't be undersold, you'll see. To you, that is our guarantee. Southtown Furniture, where the bargains are.
Well, as we come back to Mountain Grove to wrap it up here from Panther Stadium and Wilson Field, Salem Tigers, you lost your little thing way down there. Yeah, way down there. Salem Tigers fell behind early to Mountain Grove, and then it just became an explosion for the Panthers. Panthers did score first. They received the ball first, 2-play drive, and then took 52 seconds, 59 yards, a pass from Estep. Estep got the pass from Elliott, his first of 5 touchdown passes, and Estep went in motion, got the flare pass, took off down the sideline, was gone. Gardner with the point after made it 7-0. Tigers could do not much after that. Because right then the Mountain Grove Panthers did an onside kick. They were able to recover that at the 38-yard line, a 5-play drive. It was a 2-yard pass to Glenn from Elliott, his second touchdown pass. Gardner's point after made it 14-0. And then with 2:46 to go in the first quarter, again after a fumble, then Glenn a 39-yard pass from Elliott. Point after was missed, 20-0 after 1 quarter. To start the second quarter, it was Vaughn getting an 8-yard pass from Elliott. The point after was good, 27-0 after another short field for Mountain Grove. And then the Tigers really were not blessed with good field position at all. And even when they punted the ball, Mountain Grove was getting the ball around the 34 to 40-yard line at the deepest, and they were able to score on short drives. Martin, a 6-yard run, the only rushing touchdown that Mountain Grove had in the game. Gardner's point after was good, 34-0 at that time. 7:21 mark, just a minute and 25 seconds later. Vaughn went in motion, came from left to right. He got a little screen pass from Elliott and took it 31 yards, a 1-play drive. And it was 41-0 after the Gardner point after. Tigers couldn't do anything, and then they had a punt blocked in the end zone. The ball laid there. No Tiger went after the ball. I don't think they even knew where the ball was, but we're not sure about that. But we just know that sure was a lot of Mountain Grove Panthers that knew where the ball was, and it was Mr. Means who jumped on that ball in the end zone. and he gets the touchdown. Gardner's point after made it 48-0, and then as time expired, Mountain Grove actually called a timeout so Gardner could kick a 33-yard field goal. 51-0 at halftime. Second half, 2 touchdowns by Caden DuBois, one to the 7:27 mark of the third quarter, and the other one with 1:20 left to go. A 3-yard run and a 1-yard run made it 51-12, and that's how this game ended. Salem 0-7 on the year, and they are 0-5 in the SCA. Mountain Grove now 5-2 on the year, 3-2 in the SCA. So hope you join us next Friday night as we'll have Salem Tiger football from the Bill Schuchart Stadium in Salem at the SHS field. It'll be homecoming on Friday night against the Mountain View Liberty Eagles. Don't forget other sports action next week for our Lady Tigers. We have Plato with volleyball, 5:30 on Monday. It'll be a JV varsity match. The varsity will have play-by-play on KSMO Media and KSMO Radio. On Tuesday, depending upon what the Cardinals do, we will have Salem Tiger volleyball, 5 o'clock. There's a 9th grade game at 5. A JV at 5:30, and then a varsity match to follow. And we'll have that varsity match with play-by-play on as well. The other 2 games will be streamed on KSMO Media. And on Thursday, Mountain Grove comes to town. Maybe we can do something with them in volleyball.
And there we go.
Like 25-0, 25-0, 25-0. Gosh. Wouldn't that
be good?
Wouldn't that be incredible? But
Hey, good luck to the Tigers.
But anyway, we can just beat them. I'll
There
just
we go.
leave it at that.
There we go.
Anyway, and that's some big SCA games, by the way, because if the Tigers, who are undefeated in the SCA, can go on and win those 2 at home, they clinch for at least a tie for the SCA title no matter what.
There you go.
So let's get a good crowd out there for Mountain Grove Thursday, Mountain View Tuesday, and, of course, Plato on Monday. And we'll have all those games on KSMO Media and possibly even on KSMO Radio, depending upon the Cardinals situation. Okay? I do know Tuesday would be the next game, if they can win the next 2 that they would play, and then they'll play Tuesday, Wednesday, and I think they're off Thursday, so we'd have Cardinal baseball again on Friday. So next football game next Friday may actually be a stream game only. Depending upon Cardinal baseball. So we're just letting you know ahead of time. Tomorrow, our Lady Tigers will be a licking. If you get the chance, get out there and support them. We have Missouri Tiger football at 11, Cardinal baseball 6:30, and all that comes your way tomorrow here on KSMO. For Ben, for Krista, for Rick, my name is Stan. For Jim back at the station, have a great weekend and good night from Mountain Grove.
Thank you for watching this broadcast of Salem Tiger football on KSMO Media. This game was brought to you by K&H Auto Supply, Salem Memorial District Hospital, Farm Bureau Insurance, Bank of Salem, Napa Auto Parts, Monet Auto Supply, Progressive Ozark Bank, Tax Masters, Southwest Baptist University, Salem Campus, Town and Country Insurance, Terrell Complete Auto Care, Edward Jones, Duncan Family Chiropractic, Ozark Overhead Door LLC, State Farm Insurance, Salem Trust, Southtown Furniture, Stephen Patterson, Attorney at Law, Living the Dream Outdoor Properties, Wilson Mortuary, Country Chic Boutique and Photography, J&D Automotive, Dent County Veterinary Clinic, Align by Design Chiropractic, Hometown Mechanical, Town Screen LLC. Thanks to those fine sponsors, we're able to bring you Salem Tiger football on KSMO Media.